Shut up and sit down.
And we're live. Hello, gang. It's Monday, and welcome to the the Random Frolic, innit, dude?
Oh, your one-stop shop for... Wait, no.
Yeah. eModels got cancelled tonight because the website's undergoing maintenance, so we couldn't do what's in store and all of that. So to save them getting bombarded with millions of emails whilst they're doing their maintenance, we pulled the stream, and we've decided, being that you've all got up and devoted your time to eModels, we would do something randomly for you guys. And also I've hit on an idea. And I was chatting to Fox about this.
What makes me nervous when he has ideas.
Yeah, what we're going to start doing, folks, we might as well announce it, is on the weeks that eModels isn't on, we're going to do a random show on a Monday at the same time, and we're going to alternate it between my channel and Fox's channel on the weeks that eModels ain't on. So you've got something to watch on a Monday, folks. What do you reckon, dude?
Yeah, I reckon yes, please. Thank you very much.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, we were all set up anyway, weren't we, for tonight? So
yeah, I had managed to shoehorn myself downstairs on my tea tray, and it was like,
Yeah. Well, I knew Colin would have spent 45 minutes actually getting to the bench, so I'm like, you know what, we should probably do something.
Yeah, this is it. I navigated my way down most carefully because, I just thought, well, yeah. So we're going to start looking at doing that, folks. So it'll give you some alternate Monday night entertainment. So there you go.
Yeah. I knew because we were having conversations in the team chat before about cancelling the show, and you hadn't appeared. So I thought you're getting yourself ready to go downstairs, aren't you?
I was doing my bit of yes, folks. So get all the pimpage out of the way. If you'd like to support my channel, you can do so by heading over to patreon.com/Festa67's workshop, or click the join button below this or any of my other video content to become a member. That gets you access to the Zoom 24/7 off-air hangout, and also if you've got a webcam and mic, that will grant you access to random live streams and things like that when I do the Festa and Friends shows. So give it a bit of thought. You can also click the $ and do a super chat. It all helps keep this channel alive, keeps the content coming, and keeps the lights on, as a certain guru would say.
Yep, and as we all know, there's nothing Festa likes more than a nice member.
Oh, yeah, post it. Yeah.
Yep. I said some things.
How are you, mate?
I'm all right, mate.
You're probably no different than yesterday when I asked you, but hey, 24 hours has passed.
Yeah, you could have slept since then.
I managed a lofty 3.5 hours, mate.
Oh, very good.
Very good.
Was it most excellent?
Yeah, mammoth kit, mate, that was, mate. I was mightily impressed with myself. Most proud I was.
Good girl.
Yeah. So what are you up to anyway, geez?
Tonight I will be carrying on with I'm still doing my KD stand set. I've magnumitated all the weapons on me little walker, so they're all magnumitated now. So all out. I've got one left to do, possibly. And then a few bits of accessories, and then I'll just start building the heavy weapon squads.
Oh, nice one.
With that. What you, buddy?
Me, I am going to be carrying on with...
Carrying on.
My Indy pace car, the whole line's got me, mate.
Ooh.
Is what I'm going to be doing. So, yeah. So hopefully you can see that, folks. So, yeah. So, Paul and Ivy May got me that last year, and I'm going to be carrying on and doing buildies of all of that.
Good lad.
So, yeah.
I've got a choice now.
Oh, dear. You go careful.
Well, there's a missile that you can put here, you see. And it's got a little peg that goes in that hole. Now, I can cut the peg off, put a magnet in there, and I can magnetize the missile.
Yeah.
But if you take the missile off, there's a little stowage box that goes on there, but it's hollow. So if I put a magnet in that, I'm going to have to either build a plastic widget inside for the magnet to sit on, or just fill it with green stuff and dump the magnet in it. I think I might just fill it with green stuff.
Happy days, happy days. I'll have a look in the chat in a sec, folks. I am just doing pimpage at the moment because...
let me do that for you.
Then someone may have forgot to do pimpage of this rather random stream, so I'm just sorting that out now.
When he says someone, he's not pointing that in my direction.
No.
I'll have a look at the chat for you. We obviously there won't be many people in there now, but we expect more of you to turn up because somebody didn't pimp it. But it was very last minute, so I don't blame him. Shellab was the first in. Fox, did you break the eModel stream? Nothing to do with me this time.
No.
Be glad to know. Nope. Athelbert Nichols in. Hang on, what happened to the eModels Monday nights fun and frolics?
Yeah.
As Colin explained, we had to cancel it. There's not much point in us doing the stream if the site's down.
No.
All they'll do is we'll be saying and they'll get a load of mail saying I can't access your site. And so we just thought we're not going to give them a billion extra emails while they're all running around trying to get everything working. So.
Exactly.
We have Retro Rabbit Studio says 30 seconds to nap time. Oh yes.
Yeah. And don't forget as well where they've got the new building and everything. It might be because they are having to install stuff there as well. So
yeah. Shellard says trying to change the script won't change the fact you broke the stream. Again, it wasn't me.
No.
Put it this way, James mate was still there at 6:30. That's not normal. So you know they're doing loads of extra bits and bobs.
Oh, you're totally innocent on this occasion.
Yep. Rob Taylor says good evening all. Welcome to you, Rob.
Rob.
We have Scale Modelling Chaos is in. Says evening all. What a Monday evening! A frolic of football and a huge mixed kebab, lamb and chicken doner, lamb shish and chicken tikka.
That's the very man who got me this wonderful kit, Paul, and his lovely little daughter, Ivy May. There you go. So yes, Paul. I'm now thinking
about kebabs because I had kebab yesterday. Although my kebab was massive, but it was just lamb and shish. No chicken. Doner and shish. I assume shish is like lamb, isn't it? It's like chunks of lamb.
I presume so.
I am partial to lamb. I do like lamb, not in a chop because it's rubbish, but just bits of lamb in it. Oh. Rabbit says, Ministry of Education. What is next? Ministry of Kebab?
Absolutely.
No, I will apologise. I've got a really tickly cough at the minute, so I'll have to keep muting the microphone. Fraser Green is in, says, hola.
Hello, Fraser. How you doing, mate?
Sorry, clearing my throat there. I've got like a real tickle. Yesterday I got this thing. I could feel something in the back of my throat, like I'd swallowed a little bit of plastic off a sweet. You know, when you get a little bit of plastic film from a microwave meal or something, it sticks. And I thought I got that, but it was like it went away after a while. Every now and then it comes back and really makes me eyes water.
Pimpage done. You'll be proud of me, soldier.
Oh, good lad. Phil Lewis is in. Says evening all.
Hello, Phil.
To Fraser and Phil Lewis. And I think we are up to date with the chat there. So welcome to everybody.
Oh, you legend.
Yeah, don't forget, of course, if you're in the chat, if you're watching this and you're not in the chat, do come and join the chat because it's all about you keeping us company and us keeping you company. So make sure to click the little YouTube icon in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, of the YouTube screen, so you can come and watch it on YouTube and join the live chat. If you want to get everybody's attention, you can do @Festa67's workshop in the chat and it'll put his name in a big orange box. I'm going to cough any minute.
Yep, no worries, mate.
Or you can do a super chat by pressing the dollar symbol at the bottom of the chat window. And that will put it in a big coloured box and we can't possibly miss your comment. I'm going to cough now.
Yeah, it all helps keep me channel going, folks, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. Keeping it alive so that we can do the content for you wonderful people. Because without you coming in to watch what we're doing, there wouldn't be any shows. So, it's just our way of saying thank you.
Yeah, without you guys watching, we may as well be stood in the train station in 1993 just shouting at the pigeons.
Yeah.
Basically what we're doing. Right, so
cheers for that, Mr. Guru. Thanks for that. It's suitably pimped, mate. I've been a good girl, but it was rather last minute, wasn't it? So yeah. And I had this bench set up totally for tomorrow's filming, so all of that had to move. And yeah,
it was literally a case of okay, we've got no stream. You want to do a stream? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It took milliseconds, didn't it, to decide? Yeah. So.
Yeah. Right. As usual, I overthunked how to do this magnet.
Oh dear. Have you been hypo-analysing of you?
Well, I'm like, how do I do this box, this ammo box to magnetize on the side? I could fill it with green stuff and put it in. I could make a little armature for the thing. Or you know what I could do is just put a magnet on a piece of plastic card and then turn it around and glue it to the crate.
That works.
Yeah, a lot easier, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that works. Totally works, mate. ECI the Hosing says, hiya, Colin, Fox and everyone. Hello, mate.
Hello,
Stefan Last is in. Good evening. Came in late for the eModel show and found this. Thanks for the explanation. Was a bit confused at first. Yeah, it was very, very last minute, mate. We gave them right up until the last minute. And then, you know, out of fairness to the guys up there that are running around like headless chickens, it was fairer of us to say, look, let's just postpone. Well, don't forget, folks, we're not here next week for eModels. So we'll be doing one of these again next week on either Fox's channel or my channel. So keep an eye out for them. Because again, on the weeks that eModels isn't on, we're going to do a Monday show of our own.
Yep.
So
we shall do that.
You'll have something to watch on a Monday regardless.
All right.
So there you go.
Good lad. It's not true what they say about you now.
Oh, mate, I don't care what they say about me. It's all true. It's like, yeah, whatever. I don't mind if it gets people to my channel and they hit the subscribe button. I'm happy.
Yeah, as long as there's no video evidence of it, then they can say what they like.
Oh, yeah, because, you know, video evidence of me touching buttons on white appliances wouldn't be used for blackmail reasons, would they, dear?
No. Who'd be stupid enough to film themselves doing something illicit?
Yeah, and who would be cruel enough to actually do that to a so-called mate?
Well, only someone who would know that you'd be dumb enough to actually send it to when requested.
Yeah, you'd have to be
they must know you very well.
A right mercenary GNU. Rob Taylor says, question for you. Do I need to wash and prime every model I make? Thanks. Me personally, I do, because I got hit with a kit. It was the paddy wagon that I built. And it had mold release on it, and it really killed the primer job. So once bitten, twice shy. So I pre-wash the kits now. One dishwasher tablet in a bowl of water. I get all the sprues for the kit out the bag, bung them in, give it a little swish, and then I leave it there for about 20-30 minutes. Then I take them out on a towel and let them air dry.
Yep.
You can persuade it with a hairdryer, but bear in mind, don't get too close to the plastic because you'll warp it. So for me, it's better just to naturally let them air dry.
Yeah.
What about you?
I don't actually wash I don't wash my plastic kits unless they're like really old, like ancient things, and I've managed to get away with it so far, but there's no harm in doing that.
No.
If it's a resin kit or a metal kit, then absolutely you want to wash it.
Absolutely.
Because they will have more release. If it's like a brand new Bandai kit or a Games Workshop kit, you don't need to wash that. But if it's an older kit, or you don't know if for sure if it's a really old kit, like it could be a modern box Revell kit, but it could be like a 35-year-old tooling, you might want to wash that.
MPC, AMT, all of them sort of kits, give them a wash.
Yeah. But as for primer, always. How many times, Cole? Always, and point at the microphone, always point at the camera, always prime your models.
Yeah.
If you ever wonder whether you should prime a model, the answer is always yes.
Yeah. But I got caught out on the paddy wagon for mold release. It was the one time I didn't wash a kit.
Is that a really old kit, though? Is it a
no,
kit?
It was quite a new one.
Oh, it was.
Well, I say it's quite a new one. It was a rebox of a Monogram kit, but
it's an old kit, that then, yeah.
Yeah, though, but it was. Yeah. You only get caught once. And it's like, so it was that old and all of that lot. Graham McRoberts just sent me a message, what happened to the eModel stream. We've explained in here, Graham, mate. The website's down, mate. But,
Yeah, no website's down, so there's no point in us doing a stream.
It's not fair on them if we do a stream with what's in store or giveaways, because they'll get bombarded, so...
Well, the other problem is, of course, there'd be nothing for us to talk about because we couldn't do what's in store or anything else. So it's like, hi, welcome to the stream. Today we'll just talk about KP crisps and for 20 minutes, and then that's it. That's a lot.
So we thought we might as well do that in here. So, 1970s telly, anyone? Bill Lewis says, spent 8 days in hospital. We've had 2 units of blood and it messed up his diabetes. As I'm now on insulin, came home last Wednesday and been very slowly improving since. Oh, bless you, Phil. Sorry to hear that. Been diabetic myself, mate. Yeah, it is one of them when you go into hospital. You do worry, don't you, if there's any blood transfusions going on, because, get well soon, mate.
Yeah. So, just going back to the cleaning thing. So basically, if you're not sure, there's no harm in cleaning models. You probably don't need to, but there's no harm in doing it. If you want to be absolutely safe, do it every time. But always prime your models. Paint is not designed to stick to anything.
Yeah, you know, once bitten, twice shy. Better to be safe than sorry is my motto. And yeah, so now I've just got it in my head, you know. I just do it out of instinct now because you only get caught out once.
Yes. Yeah, if you don't prime your model, paint isn't meant to stick to anything. It's not got any mechanical or chemical way of sticking.
Yeah.
So if you handle it, it'll just come off. Primer's designed to adhere to plastic or other material. So always prime. Always. Always. How many times, Carl?
SMC says, good job the website's down as he's just paid off his credit card and it would have gone silly. There's always Full.Build, mate.
Oh, you've done it now. Harsh but fair, Carl. Harsh but fair.
You like what I did there, didn't you?
I like what you did there.
You're proud, didn't you?
Yeah.
I told you, mate. I'm there now, mate. When it comes to Full.Build, it's like, yeah.
Or of course, you could go to Bits of War and use Colin's
Cromlech link.
Code.
Yeah.
Get a nice discount on your Bits of War order. For slightly unofficial Warhammer stuff. See, I'll pimp your stuff even if you don't.
I know.
So rubbish you, aren't you?
I didn't even get a chance to put the info in the chat because it was so random.
Yep.
But it's all in the description of this video, folks. Links to all my affiliates are in there. If you want to save yourself some money, that's where you go.
Now, how am I going to do this now?
I'm off shot. I am just putting a shock absorber on. And I needed all my eyes of seeingness to locate it because
my eyes.
I am that blind, folks. What else have we got? Everyone's saying it's get well soon, Phil. Yeah, it's nothing worse, mate. Don't forget, belly, bench and beverage, folks. What's in the belly, what's on your bench, and what is your beverage of choice? Thal says that goes from me as well. Phil, take your time and relax as much as possible. Absolutely.
Yeah.
EC says, I find primer based on colours going on. Black is good unless using bright colours for most part. If bright yellow, etc., then a light grey or white primer, for example, but just me. Yeah, if I'm spraying yellow, I'll put it down over pink. If I'm spraying red, it goes down over yellow. Any light colours, I'm talking about base primers, mate. Answering a question. I've lost my train of thought now. Yeah, so that's just how I do it, mate. There are other ways. I'm sure the guru will come up with his way, so have a go. Is he still there? Or is he muted? No worries. Anyway, I'll carry on just in case he's muted because, yeah, if he's muted, it's, yeah.
I'm back.
Yeah, he had muted. Yeah, sorry, mate. I'm frantically going through all my settings again.
Oh, no, I said I'll be back in a minute, but I don't know if you heard me then, I guess.
I didn't. I was answering a question, mate. But yeah, that's how I do me spraying. But I've always sprayed, especially if you want a vibrant red, then, yeah, I'll always put it down over a yellow base.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm spraying white, that will go down over a pink. So, yeah.
If you're doing a rusty model, you can always prime it in a brown colour.
Absolutely.
Give you a good base brown for your rust.
Yeah, there's more than one way to skin a cat. It's personal preference at the end of the day.
Yeah, Army Painter do a range of coloured primers. Citadel do as well. And who else does coloured primers?
Pro Scale.
Pro Scale, yeah. UMP have a small selection of theirs, or Steinal Res if you prefer.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend Ammo by Mig white primer. It's the same as Steinal Res and all UMP, but it's for some reason not as good.
No, it don't flow as well, does it? I've heard a lot of feedback along them lines.
Almost like they've changed something in it. Just there. I mean, the UMP version of it's absolutely fine. The original Steinal Res. Very strange. Very strange.
Mum all right, is she, dude?
Yeah, she was going to the loo, so making sure she didn't fall down the stairs or anything.
Yeah, bless her.
I've got to make her a brew in a bit. She's
as long as she's all right, mate.
Yeah, she's okay.
There you go. Another shock absorber in successfully. Didn't even fall on the floor.
Good lad. Huge success. Now I've got a trick here. You see now, I've got a problem here. I want to put a magnet in that hole, which bizarrely on this kit they are perfectly the right size for little tiny magnets.
Oh right, yeah.
And then this box goes over the top. It's got two little pegs to hold it in place. I want to magnetize it so I can swap it out for the missile.
Hmm.
But I need to figure out exactly how to mark where the magnet's going to need to be. Because if I'm going to glue some plastic card with the magnet on the other side of it, I need to make sure the magnet is in the right place.
Yeah, a little blob of white paint.
That will probably... But I've got to do it on the side that you... On the inside of the plastic card. That's the tricky bit.
Hmm.
I think if I'm clever enough... Oh, gosh,
Yeah, see, that's where you've blown it now, because you've said if you're clever enough.
Yeah,
see what I did there?
I've tried thinking it through, haven't I? That's where it went horribly wrong. Oh, curses. Curses.
It's them pesky kids.
I would have done it. It would have been great too if I hadn't tried to think about it.
Right, so we've got that. We've got that. Got the shock absorbers on. The engine's going to be painted separate. Body shell will get prepped away from the stream because that will go straight into the booth.
I know what I can do. I think.
I'm going to use the kit wheels.
Kit wheels. Get your kit wheels in.
Get your kit wheels here. Are they chrome parts? Yep. So, and then they've got a red rim around them. So I can put the seats together. It's just working out my sub-assemblies, so that'll be ready for a spray booth. So we'll...
You make some nice rims and you have them in the air. Would they be sky rims?
So I see what you did there.
I should get paid for things like that.
Yeah, I saw what you did. Right.
Rabbit says, nope, there's literally only one way to skin a cat and it's very messy.
I see what you did. I see what you did.
Stefan Lass says, please don't do anything or say anything important in the next 7 to 8 minutes as I have to go away for just a minute.
Yeah, that's why I'm not saying anything important. Not that I say anything important anyway, but hey, you know, thanks for putting trust in me.
Excuse me. Scale Modeling Chaos, Belly, Kebab and Chips, Bench, Revell, PT Boat, Beverage, and Brew.
Oh, nice.
Rabbit will be back in a minute. Going to acquire some foods.
Nice one.
Did you read EC and Athol's bellies?
No, I haven't, mate.
EC says, belly, turkey pot pie, bench, American Flyer, S-Scale 442, Atlantic steam locomotive repair and refurbish.
Oh, nice.
Athol says, belly tonight was pastrami on multi-seeded bread with Coleman's mustard, sarnies with coffee, bench, greenskins on bite.
Yeah. Oh, nice one.
And Scale Modeling Chaos says, so Colin is doing a rim job. Rim shop.
Oh, no.
You did kind of walk into that one, didn't you, Colin?
I did. Yeah, thanks, Paul.
You fed that one in, really. Didn't you?
I did, didn't I? I walked straight into that.
Yes.
There you go.
Right, let's get some magnet goodness going on.
Don't need that. It's got
magnet goodness.
Got to sit on it. Don't want that.
It's got to sit on it.
There you go.
Now, have Games Workshop either accidentally or deliberately made these holes exactly the right shape, size for these magnets? That would be impressive if they have.
If they have, mate, I'll be mightily pleased and impressed.
Well, that one was. It's perfect. The ones on the weapons, on the inside of the weapons,
yeah,
I need a little bit of carving out to make them just wide enough for the magnet that I happen to have.
Oh, nice one.
Look at that. It just needs a little, it's almost. It's a little
Proud
bit of scraping
soldier.
out on the edge. There you go. Look, just almost big enough. A little bit of scrapey. Then I'll put some green stuff in there and super glue it all together.
Okay. Andy McLeish, belly steak pie with mini potato hash browns, bottle of isotonic juice. Lunch was spicy non-shim chicken noodles with meatballs and cheese. Get in.
All right. Meatballs and cheese and non-shim spicy noodles. That's like 3 different nationalities all combined together in a bizarre and
Andy McLeish has been a member for 11 months. Q SpongeBob, any minute now.
SpongeBob.
You Golden's in, saying hello. Hello, you. How you doing? What else have we got? You Golden says, nice a chicken chow mein tonight. It was very, very nice.
Yeah, very good.
I see what you did there.
Yes. McLeish says, right in the ballards.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to have to get myself a little pot of water for the green stuff, aren't I? So
yeah, go and grab yourself a pot of water, mate.
Yeah.
I was saying hello to you
as well.
Yeah, no worries, mate. I was saying hello to you. Yeah, no worries, dude. Right, what was I saying? Athol saying, hi, Hugh. How are you? Hello, mate. Anything I've missed? Let's have a look. Do a bit of scrolling up. That was Stefan saying, don't say anything important. EC, Belly, Turkey Pot Pie, American Flyer, Scale 442, Atlantic Stream Loco for repair and finish. If I'm double reading these, any apologies. Yeah, that's Paul saying about the website being down. Phil says he found himself bleeding esophageal varices and acute renal failure. Sorry to hear that, mate. Yeah, that ain't good, mate. Bless you. But like I say, get well soon, mate. And yeah, because, yeah, we need you well, mate. We need you well. We need you in here, mate, just to keep us two in check because, you know, when you're away, we go into schoolboy mode, see? So we need a mature grown-up just to keep us in check, mate. Let's just spin my camera around, but I keep going off camera. Apologies for that, folks. I'll do my best to try and stay on camera. Hugh Galton saying good evening to Athol. How you been, Hugh, anyway, mate? You keeping well, me old fella? Because that's the key, as long as you keep him well, mate. Bit of that in there. There you go. And then we'll do the same that side, get rid of all of that seam away from there. So that we can, when we join the seats together, we can blend it in. Probably do I do a two-tone job on that? I'll have a look at the box. Oh, I think it's white and red, if I remember rightly, the interior. Yep, white seats with a red header. Oh, no worries. That'll look nice, that will. And yeah, it's actually going together really well, this kit, Paul. So, yeah, a very, very nice gift, mate. So, yeah, and I've been itching to build this, and I was saying, I think it was on Friday, that I 3D printed a gimbal for the webcam to sit on so that I could free up the one that I use for my main filming. So I literally, now when I'm live, I'm also filming everything I do. I end up with a nice bit of raw footage that I can then edit down into a channel video because I get a maximum of about 4 hours a day at the bench now, if I'm lucky, before I have to go back upstairs and lay down. So I'm having to manage my time a lot differently these days. So I'm streaming and filming at the same time, just so that I can get footage and then I can edit all of that like upstairs on my MacBook. John Alec is in saying hello. Well, hello, John. How are you, buddy? Jeff Light is in. Hello, Cole Fox, all in chat. Hello, Jeff. Rob Taylor says Sunday roast, but on a Monday, washed down with a couple of Brewdog beers. On a bench is a Model T 1917 ambulance. Is that the ICM one, mate? Because that's a damn good kit. Hugh says up and down, Lady of the Light Straws syndrome, they call it. Yeah, mate. Sorry to hear that, Hugh, mate. Like I say, you know where we all are. You know, if you need to come in and have a good wibble, mate, come and have a wibble. Because, you know, that's what it's about at the end of the day. Shellard saying hello to everyone there. Who else is in there? That was Rob saying about his Sunday dinner. Yeah, chat's up to date. Happy days.
Did I miss anything?
Nah, I was just killing time until you got back, mate.
It is the way forward.
Yeah. But no, it's all good. Paul says, glad to hear about the kit. I'm hoping to get one myself at the end of the month. Yeah, I'd recommend it, Paul, to be honest with you, mate. It is a nice kit, and I'm looking forward to seeing this one done. And it's been in my to-do pile for a while, but I've had a bit of a farty start to 2023, and everything went Pete Tong, so I've had to completely change how I do things now. So live streaming and filming is the way. I film in the Hangout when I get a chance to go in there, and I then cobble all the footage together upstairs in a more relaxed environment. So, yeah, it works for me. That's the way I've got to do it now. So, hey, you know.
That's the way you do it.
Exactly. So
let's do this.
Right. What else we got? Jeff Light says, didn't get a notification, Cole. No, this was very last minute, mate. It was only because eModels show didn't go ahead, but the YouTube notification system, it'll probably tell you in the morning, mate.
Yeah.
Because you know we have basically our channel set where the notification side of things, it's all automated. We don't have any control over that whatsoever.
Yep.
And you know, at the end of the day, mate, we put the stream up and that's it. And yeah, I've had it before where I've been sat on the eModels stream and I get a notification come up going, "Oh, they're making Gurus live for Warhammer Sunday." It's like, it's Monday now.
Yeah.
So yeah, apologies, mate, but there's nothing we can do to control that. All I did is I put details up online. I did pimp it once the show went live because it was literally lastminute.com. Yeah, so we got there eventually.
Yeah. Right, I'm cutting tabs off now without even thinking how I'm going to really try and attach this.
Oh, you go careful.
Being all brave and everything.
You're being mercenary, aren't you?
I'm being merciless.
Been hardcore.
Well, I'm sitting there thinking I could do this or I could do that, and I thought, no, what would Colin do? Colin would just cut stuff off and then be like,
yeah, just don't think about it, because if you think about it, you won't cut it. Just cut it. At the end of the day,
you know what I'm doing?
If it goes wrong, it's styrene. You can glue it back together.
Do you know what I'm doing? I'm cutting it.
Proud of you, soldier.
I'm cutting it, cutting it, cutting it.
You wouldn't believe how much I weld up when I see you had the saw out.
I know. Do you want to see my saw?
Yeah.
Do you want to see my saw?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah, go on. Oh, mate. Yeah.
That's seen some hot cutting action, that has.
Did you feel all Tommy Walsh and manly after you did it?
Tommy Walsh?
Yeah.
Tommy Walsh. There's a name I've not heard for a long time.
Yeah, you did, didn't you? You felt all rugged and buildery and manly, didn't you?
I felt really manly till I just got a paper cut off the plastic case for this green stuff. Ow!
I could just imagine you humming Monty Python's "I'm a Lumberjack." I'm a lumberjack, yeah.
I was trying to be manly then, and I had to squeal like a schoolgirl because I got a paper cut off that plastic clamshell.
Yeah, it went well for you, didn't it?
It will just move on now. Let's get some cheapy gloves.
Let's get that on there, and then we can really slaver some extra fin in there because that's a little bit.
Do. McLeish for some reason says hello every bubble and he's been in for ages.
Yeah. Hello Andy, how you doing, mate?
Stuart RS is in.
Just in case I had missed you, Andy, apologies, mate. I thought I had acknowledged you.
I don't know why I said hello though. He's been in for like half an hour.
Yeah.
Oh look, blood. It was a manly wound.
Oh, lammerkins.
No, I can be manly. I'm not crazy.
Oh, come on, folks. Foxy Woxy's got Cutty Wutsy.
Well, Scale Model and Chaos says, I foresee some blood being spilled.
Dominic is in saying hello. Hello, Dom. How you doing, mate?
Hey, Dominic.
Love to you and your missus, mate. McLeish says, I'm saving for us. Last thing I need to do is spunk 1,500 quid on a laptop for my dimwit of a son. Brutal honesty there, Andy.
Yeah. Marcus pops in and says he's popped in to leave us a like and then go to bed. Have a great stream, guys and gals.
Yeah, you take care, Marcus. Thanks for popping by, mate.
Take care, buddy. Right.
He says, I was saying hello to everyone in chat, Cole, you balloon. See, he's picking on me now. He's calling me a balloon.
Is he calling you a balloon?
I'll tell my mum.
To a ballon.
I've got to tell H.
Now, a lot of people will tell you that green stuff is garbage.
No, it ain't. I love it.
You know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's a lot easier to use and less hassle than like Milliput because, what I need it for like a quick blob inside to hold a magnet in place and to make it, it's fine.
You love my green stuff, don't you? Because I've got really long green stuff. Look at that.
Well, you've got like an endless roll of it.
Yeah, it's the biggest roll of green stuff imaginable, isn't it? It's like I've got all of the green stuff. Look at that. Look at my stuff. Look at my stuff.
I'll get your stuff out on camera, thank you.
Yeah.
Now, if I was trying to do some kind of filling and I wanted to be able to like dilute my putty, I'd use milliput, and you can thin it with isopropyl alcohol, which is cool. But for this, just like making stuff to jam a magnet into, yeah, I just need to make it and put it in the hole.
You're a magnet.
I'm not having to do any kind of carving or anything afterwards, so this hasn't worked.
Right, so that is a chrome piece.
Ooh, you're a chrome piece.
You're made of chrome pieces. Okay.
Call the next witness, Mr. Edward Chromepiece. Mr. Edward Chromepiece.
Okay, so what is the kit chrome like on this? Let's have a look.
What is the kit chrome like on this, he says?
It's not actually too bad, and these are quite chromy, aren't they? But still going to get stripped.
Yeah. Can't see, but I've got a little thing of water just off camera here, so I can not have it stick to my hands.
Let's have a test and see how it strips off. Bow, 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 bow.
McLeish says, Colin, he was moaning about the audio on his laptop. The Burke dropped it and he was freaking out. A few taps at a driver poking the prod and one less crackly machine.
Good man. Yeah. McLeish's guide to fixing things. If in doubt, hit it with hammer.
Yeah. Dominic Cuckoo says, the weekend of the 7th to the 12th of April, I will be home alone again. Oh dear, do we need to have the emergencies on standby?
Yeah, well, don't forget, folks, this weekend coming, I am home alone for 3 days.
Yes, I've had to set aside a few days in my diary just in case I need to, you know.
Yeah, you're on supervisory duty.
Yeah, I need just in case I need to call out the Coast Guard or somebody.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, please do not allow this man to touch anything in my kitchen.
What did he touch? Everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's murder then. Yes, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. So, yes, she is currently, over the next few days, going to be compiling a list of all the things that I'm not able to do while she's away.
Do you know the funniest thing is? The funniest thing for me is that she had this real Hobson's choice, this like, you know, I want to go and see the cricket, but it means leaving Colin on his own. And then I bet she spent weeks trying to figure that one out in her head, because I'd be like, Daddy or chips.
She said it's one of the biggest dilemmas she's faced in years.
Yeah, it's like cake or death. Oh.
She's like, I really am quite worried. And I went, oh, don't be daft, dear.
Yeah, and she obviously takes your word for that.
I said, oh, come on, I'm not that bad. And both her and my boy looked round and went, yeah, you are.
Funnily enough, Dad.
Hugh says he's just upgraded his 3 laptops, processor, RAM and SSDs, 13 years old and work better than they ever did. Yeah, I did my 2011 MacBook Pro recently, mate. SSD, quadrupled the memory. That's the pictures I sent you, Fox.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, yeah, witchcraft and tomfoolery was Fox's response.
Yeah. Right, where did I put that magnet? Oh, fudge. Where did I put any of those magnets? Oh, bums. I put that magnet on there. It is. Right, I'm going to put that magnet in there. Pushing. Squish.
Al says, has she been on Amazon buying up remote control cameras in miniature format? Yeah, she was on about getting a nanny cam. You know, one of these clocks with the built-in nanny cam? Yeah, nanny cam. Yeah, I went there.
You went there, did you?
Yeah.
You did, didn't you?
And that's the thing, folks. Oven bright for stripping your chrome. Literally, I've just dipped that in there and it's nearly done. Look at that. Whoa.
I can't remember how I found to use Oven Bright when I stripped my first ever chrome parts. I must have read it somewhere or something.
Yeah.
It was. Oh, turn my notifications off.
Bit of Oven Bright, folks. Yeah, you can. I used to use gel bleach many, many moons ago, but I found this stuff. Look at that. That is mint. That is stripped, mate.
Mm-hmm.
That is
just stripped. No.
So yeah, have you a bit of that? So we'll put that in a tub of washing waterkins, just so that we can give that a cleanse.
Graham McRoberts says 21 watching, only 16 thumbs up. Come on, guys.
Yeah, come on, guys. Leave a thumbs up. It really does help the channel out with the statistics.
Statistics.
We'll have a pot of water.
I could have pushed it in a bit further, I suppose, but...
And then we can put that in there. So let's... Scale Model Chaos says you misheard H. Cole. She said she's getting you a nanny. Oh, yeah. Sally James. Swing.
No, not a young nanny. That's an au pair, Colin. That's a different thing altogether.
Oh, right. That would be why she had the ump then.
Think more like austere housekeeper.
Oh, right. Oh, dear. Stern. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need a firm hand, young man. Yeah.
No, I said not a nanny. I said not an au pair.
Yeah. It's like... She is really quite nervous, bless her. I keep trying to reassure her, but that seems not to be working.
She's so nervous, but she still ends up going to the cricket anyway because cricket is that important.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I still reckon that at some point her sidekick will make an appearance. That's Cal, my youngest boy. He'll be sent on a reconnaissance mission.
Of course.
Just to make sure the old man hasn't destroyed her kitchen.
Of course.
It's like, really? No trust. No trust.
Dude, she'd been married to you for 30 years. Of course there's no trust. Not when it comes to things like that.
Yeah. Oh, well. It's not for the want of trying.
No trust. She's experienced you being left alone with things for 30 years.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's like anything. We're blokes, aren't we? We're like, oh, I know what'll be an idea. Let's take the washing machine apart to see how it works.
Yeah, that is the thing, but not all blokes would do that. Not all blokes would drop a twin pot in the microwave or in the bath to clean it or something.
Yeah. Yeah, there is that. Yeah, I've not really...
No, you've not really built up a case here, have you?
Yeah, I've not really built up a trustworthy... yeah.
No, it's all about reputation, and you ain't built one up. Well, you have built one up, that's the problem.
Yeah. Bless her.
Right, so that's
right,
there.
Let's give that a dung out, and then we'll give that a good stir to salt it.
You're right, stirrer, you aren't you?
Absolutely, mate.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Steady. That's the sound of something either breaking or falling on the floor.
No, that's me leaning over a little too far in my chair there and nearly falling out, mate.
I don't do that.
John Alex says, my mum always knew when I had a party, the house would be spotless. Yeah. Hugh Gordon says i5s instead of i3s, only £6 a pop nowadays. RAM was the most expensive. A terabyte of Samsung SSD was 40 quid a pop. Cheaper than binning and buying a new one. That's it, Hugh. I weighed this up with my MacBook Pro 2011 because, it worked, but it was so slow, mate. Especially with the intense graphics that I'm doing now that I have to edit upstairs. So I weighed up the options, and for me to get the RAM upgrade and an SSD was far cheaper than buying a new MacBook. So
yeah. Intense graphics.
And it's like anything, if it ain't broke, why fix it type of thing. But just lets it cope with the modern stuff that we're doing.
Right, so...
And this stuff that I'm pulling out of here is old peeled back chrome.
Chrome edge.
Sometimes it just settles on the top, so I just pull that out. Pair of tweezers. And then give it a good stir, because it does settle down a little bit. Graham McRoberts in the chat now. Hello, Graham. How you doing, mate? Yeah.
You want to know a weird little tip that I've started doing that I actually find quite handy, but may not be something everybody's ever thought of?
Go for it.
Well, like when I've put this magnet in here now. Okay. So it's in there, and I've got green stuff underneath it and around it, so that would technically hold it in.
Yeah.
But what I'd also often do is go do a very thin blap of like very thin CA glue just to lock it in even more. Even before the green stuff's solid, I'll just do it now and it'll eventually cure. But one other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little strip of plastic card that goes over it.
Yeah, lid.
Yeah.
Stops the magnet being pulled out in case you're overzealous. Yeah, I'll do that.
But it's sticking out a little bit, so what I'll have to make is a little kind of like thing that's like that shape.
Yeah.
That goes over it. So if you're ever not sure, like on there, I've done one there, I've put a thing over that, you see, a little plastic card piece over that. That one's all right, that one's in firm. So you can often make little brackets, and I'll make it look like, put rivets on it and make it look like a little bracket that goes over that area, you see.
You're a little bracket.
You're made of brackets. Because the magnet will still work through the plastic card. Because it's a magnet.
Hugh Gordon says, my mum always knew I never had any parties, just wrecked someone else's gaff. Absolutely, mate. Oh, yeah. Bottle parties. You turn up with one party 7 and some baby sham, just in case any girls were there.
Yep. Turn up with the minimal requirements.
And then you would walk around looking for a party.
Or, even better, if you're really cunning, turn up on the doorstep and just grab like a bottle of milk from the doorstep and say, there, I brought a bottle, what?
Yeah.
Bottle, what?
Yeah, semi-skimmed.
It is a bottle, what is your problem? Says bring a bottle, didn't say what bottle or how big.
Exactly. Here's my bottle, I bought it, what more do you want?
Well, it's nicked from it's a little tiny bottle of whiskey nicked from a hotel thing, that's still a bottle.
Absolutely.
It's all valid. It's all valid.
Party 7s. God.
Who?
Party 7s. Do you remember them? The big tin?
Yeah. You have to get it open with a chisel in the bath. For science reasons.
Then you'd be looking for a stabber for it. Anyone got a knife? Anyone got this? Anyone got that?
I don't remember them personally because I was a little boy, a little kid, but I remember my dad dealing with them back in the day.
Back in the day. Oh, yes. Watney's, wasn't it? Party 7s.
Watney's, Party 7s.
Especially, you used to be able to get that.
Yeah.
He says, Hugh says, and a pocket full of the gentleman's balloons. Yeah, I know the ones you mean, mate. Yeah, the ones where you used to go in the chemist and you always come out with 2 rolls of sellotape and a comb.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, you have to go into the barbers and get an extra haircut.
Yeah, you'd be there with your mates doing rock, paper, scissors to see who goes in because there was a lady serving in the chemist. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was before the whole AIDS epidemic came along where it suddenly became trendy to go and buy them. This is in the days of chronic 1970s embarrassment. Yeah.
The funny thing is, like, even when I was a grown-ass man in my 30s and 40s, going into, like, a supermarket to buy stuff and had to buy gentlemen's balloons, I still felt like a teenager buying a porno market. It's like,
yeah,
I'm in my 30s and I'm buying these legitimately, and
yeah,
I still
but
feel
you
like
still
I'm buying
felt,
a
yeah.
Yeah, especially when you've got, like, a little old lady in the queue behind you who's putting a shopping down. You're like,
You'd be there and it would be like the one packet you picked up without a price and the microphone would come out. Could anyone give me a price on oh, no, you'd be mortified, wouldn't you? Be like, oh, just leave them there.
just I'll run away now. And it's weird, don't it? You never lose that stigma, even though you're like a middle-aged man. Like, what? I've got a girlfriend, what? It's
a perfectly natural thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to glue that over there, over the magnet. I can glue that on, then I can...
Dominic says, Colin, what are you making? Again, I'll hold up the instructions. I am building the Indy Chevy pace car. 55 Chevy. Look at that. Beautiful, isn't it? And that was kindly sent to me by Scale Modelling Chaos, who's in the chat, Dom.
Mm-hmm.
Him and his daughter, Ivy May, sent me this as a gift. And I've finally got round to building it after trying to get me thumb out of me bum, so to speak, and get me mojo going and me building regime back online.
Yep.
So, yeah. And this is the first one out the pile that I've been wanting to do because I've got Wendy's bike on the bench just there that she sent me. And it's like, yeah, I must do Paul's car because, yeah, Because I thought he'll be throwing darts at a picture of me on his dartboard if I don't. So, you know.
Yes.
But no, it's nice. People have taken the time to send me something. I like to try and get it built as soon as I possibly can.
There you go. There's my little shoe built around the magnet, so it'll hold it in place.
Oh, nice one.
When I blap a little bit of extra thin CA glue into the gap now, it'll stick itself to the magnet, the plastic, and the green stuff, and it'll make sure that magnet never comes out.
Yeah.
And I need to figure out how to put the reverse of that on the inside of the storage box. I'm not quite sure yet. Don't quite know yet.
Graham says it's a sexy wee car. It is, Graham. Honestly, I would recommend this to anyone. I'll just take me bumpers out of the stuff, and then I'll show you the body shell, mate, because, yeah, it is... Be
careful getting your bumpers out on camera.
Beautifully sculpted, mate. There you go. That's them bumpers de-chromed. So let's put them in my water pot of waterness.
That's the thing about the Revell car kits. Like, we all mock Revell for their shoddy quality, but the one thing they do well is a lot of the car kits.
Yeah.
Even going back into antiquity in the olden days, a lot of the car kits are actually really good.
There you go, folks.
You may mock them. It is deserving, but...
Happy days.
At least knew how to make good car kits. That's in my head now. God damn it. Where's my little nozzle?
Get that in there.
Hello.
We can drop that in there, and then I'll show you the body shell.
Get your body out.
Get my body out. No hot pants have been hurt in the making of this movie.
I'll show you my body shell. No, I don't want to see your body. You see what
I see what you did there.
Like it's like because it's like, you know, my shit. Never mind.
Don't give up day job, mate, will you?
You know, what with you Londoners calling Michelle Shell. It's just, you know.
Oh God, yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah.
What, Shell?
Yeah, Bill. Hey, do stuff.
I get a little bit of.
I'll get you butter.
Thin. I was about to do that, but I couldn't remember his name. I always say Blakey instead of Butler.
Blakey.
I always say Blakey for some reason instead of Butler. I always get
no, Blakey's the character's name that does it.
I always get the wrong way around.
Yeah, the bus driver was Stan Butler, wasn't it?
I'll get you, Butler.
Blakey, I'll get you, Butler.
Stand by for lack of talent. So there we go. That's that off there. Get the excess off.
There you go. There's the body shell for it, and yeah, that is beautifully. Yeah, it's just something about it. You look at it and it's like, oh, yeah. It's got all the curves in all the right places, isn't it?
Whoa, whoa, body shell.
Yeah. Well worth it. So, yeah, Paul, you really want to grab yourself one of these, mate, because you won't be disappointed. So, yeah. So I'll put that back in its bag of protectiveness, and then I can start work on prepping that, ready to go in the spray booth.
Spray booth. Do you know?
What?
The only thing I don't like about using CA glue, I've got used to using CA glue now. Ever since I learned to use those little tiny needle nozzle things, and CA glue became not arse. The only thing I don't like is when you use you kick it and you get that frostiness all over the place. Be really careful with that.
Yeah, have you got yourself a, what's his name, fiberglass pen?
Nope.
That'll remove it, mate. It's basically one of them. It's like a mechanical pencil, but it's got a fiberglass nib, mate, and you just
it's for cleaning like circuits and stuff.
You just brush it over the super glue, and it'll remove all of that, mate.
I mean, normally I just sand it off, or I put some extra thin on it, and that seems to get.
Extra thin will dissolve it down as well. You can also paint it with a bit of white vinegar.
Ooh. If you ever get the frosty stuff on a clear part, I found you can just get a cotton bud dipped in IPA and wipe it off, and then you have to do it quite a few times, and eventually it will get rid of all of it bit by bit.
Yeah.
Right, let's
what else is there? We've got the upcaps, the strip. I might as well be doing the old chrome strippage bit.
Gentlemen, start your stripping. Right, where's me?
I've got a bit of stripping, didn't you?
There it is. Every time I pick up one of my tools, all the magnets come with them.
So the destructions can come over there for a minute. Let's break these down into decent bits. We've got the grill to do. Let's get that
lines
off.
while I'm waiting for the glue to set.
Like so.
Talking about the mold lines.
All the wheel rims, so we can have them off.
He's rimming.
Yeah. So what he did there.
Rimming. Rimming. See that day job? I'm not giving out.
No, you're not.
No. It's for the best.
Absolutely.
Don't forget, folks, bench and belly and beverage. What did you have for your dinner, or what are you having for your dinner? What's on your bench right now? And what is your beverage of choice? On my bench right now is a Sentinel. My belly earlier on, I had an early dinner today because I thought I was going to be doing the eModel show. I got some tagliatelle and some tinned hot dogs and some leeks and some can of pea and ham soup and a can of tuna. And I
nice
made
one.
all of that into one big tagliatelle kind of concoction, which, if you think about the individual ingredients, don't do that because it doesn't really work. But when you put it in a bowl and eat it with your face, it's really nice. Tuna's healthy, and the hot dogs just give you a bit of meaty chunkiness.
You're a meat chunk.
Oh, and some lasagna sauce as well. Lasagna sauce and a can of pea and ham soup to go together to make the sauce. That was my dinner. And it was most delicious.
Was it thoroughly tasty?
It was thoroughly efficacious in condemning my hunger moment to death. As in, it filled a gap. I can eat tagliatelle all day long, mate. Apart from when I'm sleeping or pooping, of course, but you know, because that'd be weird.
Yeah, that would be a bit strange, mate.
Yeah.
Jeff saying I sadly lost both my dad and mother to dementia. Graham did the auction last Friday. So, yeah, well done, mate. Yep. Yourself some nice bits there, Graham. And it was all for a good cause. And, yeah, they raised $3,500 Friday. Oh, so, good. Yeah. So well done to the folks over at the ISM for doing that. Very worthy cause.
I was going to go and check that out, but I wasn't able to, unfortunately.
So, yeah.
I've been to one of their auctions before.
Yeah, it's nice to see people in the community doing something like that.
I must actually get around to watching some of their streams at some point. I keep meaning to, but I never have time to watch other people's stuff, sadly. So I keep meaning to watch some of their, their group streams and stuff.
Yeah, good laugh, mate.
Keep meaning to watch, but I never get a chance. Right, that's that bit cleaned up a little bit. Now, here's the tricky bit. Let's see if we can clean that slightly.
Yeah, Graham's saying his grand and mother had it, and I found out I can get it via a brain injury. Yeah, anyone that's had edge injury, mate. I had edge injury 17 years ago, and yeah, but I had an aunt that had it. Yeah, I had an aunt that had it, and yeah.
See, my grandma had. Well, this is the 70s, so they just said she was senile back in those days.
Yeah, she's having one of her turns. Yeah.
So we don't know what it was. I never met her when I was a little baby, so. But my dad only lived to 65, so we never knew if he would have got it. So I've got no idea if I'm prone to it or not.
You can have a test done, mate.
Yeah, I'd rather
not know, to be honest.
Yeah. I don't want to know now that at some point in the next 30 years, I might get dementia because I'll be like, it's just not going to,
Yeah. It's one of them. What'll be, will be is my motto.
Yep. I've cleaned up the excess super glue on that little thing that I built, so it's nice and flat.
Yeah. If nature decrees, that's the way I'm going, so be it.
That's the way it is. God, I'm singing Backstreet Boys. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm really getting quite worried about you now.
I'd be worried about. Yeah, I don't know where it came from.
No,
remember it used to be on the little radio in the form room at school. That and Ride on Time, and I hated both of them with a vengeance. Right, so that's going to go on there. How the hell do I line that up in a goodly way? To make it all fit, I do not know.
Daniel's in. Hello, mate. How you doing, Daniel?
Hi, Daniel.
He says leftover Bognaza, Gaz 66, and a beer. Nice one, mate. John Alex says he's made a chicken curry with ginger to wash it down and iced rye. Nice. Jeff Light, belly, meat and potato pie. Bench earlier, continuing with Warhammer Orgies. Beverage lemonade.
Oh, ogres.
Yeah.
Spelled it wrong.
Yeah. Daniel says it came from a dark corner in your CD collection. Yeah, I reckon he's got it in his iPod playlist, mate.
I do not, nor have I ever willingly, knowingly bought or listened to voluntarily Backstreet Bleeding Boys. Thank you very much, young ladies.
I once got caught tapping my foot to a Boyzone record and the T-Tower flickness was employed.
Well, this is correct.
Yeah.
I'm glad that happened.
Yeah. Dominic says, I've been working with the IBG Models Bedford QLT in 35th scale. Nice one.
Never forgotten my ex. I had to sit and suffer all the boy band crap for years.
Athol's exactly like me. He says, my motto is, when my time comes, so be it. No advance warnings preferred. Exactly. I was told by my neurologist a good way of thinking about mortality. From the minute we're conceived, we are a countdown timer.
Yep.
So no matter what you do, you will not change your destiny. You know, if your time is going to run out on a certain date, no matter what you do, it will happen.
Well, think about it this way. First of all, what the hell are you doing? Because that's a really rude sounding noise.
I'm shaking my oven bright, mate, because I've got bits in it and I want to make sure the oven bright gets all over them, mate.
Yes. So, but second of all, keep in mind this. At some point in the 1950s, a doctor would have told Stephen Hawking that he had maybe 10 years to live.
Yeah.
And then he lived to 70 odd.
Yeah.
Now imagine if he'd just taken that guy at his word and then just thought, well, there's no point doing anything because I'm just going to die, aren't I? So there's no point. Right, I'm going to try something. I've got the magnet on there.
Yeah.
I've put green stuff in my ammo box. I'm going to jam this on top and hope I get it lined up. And that will then mean that the magnet is in the right place. That's the wrong place.
I mean, I was told I'd be in a wheelchair permanently at the age of 35. Well, I'm 56 in July and I'm still able to get around, albeit on sticks.
Yeah.
But I'm still able to shuffle around on my legs. All right, if it's a lot of what would be a lot of walking involved if we're going out somewhere, then the wheelchair comes out because, you know, that's just how it is now. But I'm not in it permanently. So, you know, they can...
If you can avoid it, you can.
But I just, I've got that inner determination. You know, before the Velociraptor struck, you know, we went up to London and that, you know, the pram would come out. All right, I'd get my bottom lip out because I didn't want to use it. But I knew I had no choice at the end of the day because I wouldn't be able to get about.
Huge success. Look at that.
Sorry, mate. Yeah, go on.
I filled that with green stuff and I had the magnet on here and I just pushed this into place and now the magnet's in exactly the right place.
I'll stop what I'm doing because Fox has put a magnet on his piece.
No, I'm showing the viewers. You don't.
I know. I'm mocking you.
Yeah. We should stop what you're doing anyway for my work. It's more important.
No, not at all, mate. I'd be polite.
So that would hopefully be exactly where that magnet needs to be now.
Yeah. What you've got to hope is you've got the poles correct.
Oh, yeah. Well, I just put the magnet on that strip of plastic and then I pushed this on top. So that is the right way around.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll be able to. I just need to leave that alone now to cure for about a week.
Oh, that's where it's going to go wrong now because you're not allowed to fettle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is that.
Are you that person where your mum said, now, don't touch that? Or your dad would say, don't touch the wet paint. And what would you do?
I've already touched it now.
Yeah. My missus is like that. I am using this weekend as an opportunity to go around and gloss paint a few of the doors and the door frames because you can't do it when she's here. Because even if she's at work, I send her a message, be careful when you come in, wet paint. I will find one of her fingerprints right in the middle of a door. Why did you do that, love? Because I wanted to see if the paint was dry.
Oh, hang on. This means she does think... That's the kind of thing I'd say you would do, being a dumbass. But
no.
You mean she does those things as well?
She does that, yeah. Every time I paint the banisters or anything like that, she's like, can I go and... I go, no, you can't touch the paint, but I want to know whether it's dry. It ain't dry. Leave it alone.
You've got this ammunition you've never told us about before.
Yeah, it's terrible for it.
Yeah.
So I can only ever paint when she's either going away to cricket, you know, she's away somewhere because I wouldn't be able to do it otherwise. It's like wallpapering. You put wallpaper up, she's got a prod. It's like, leave it alone. Just leave it alone. But there's a bubble. Don't worry about the bubble. It'll go down.
And then she complains when you touch something hot. Yeah. When she says, don't touch that, it's hot.
Any DIY, she's a nightmare. I was drilling a hole in a wall, right? And over me shoulder, like a Humphrey, came the hose of the Hoover.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
To catch the dust. I'm like, will you nap off? I'll clean up when I'm done.
Watch out, there's a Humphrey about.
Yeah. So you can't do DIY when she's around. She is an absolute nightmare. What are you doing?
But on the other side of the coin, she doesn't trust you to do DIY when she's not around.
Exactly.
So it's like, it's either or. It's backwards and forwards.
I can do it when Lex is about.
Yeah.
Because someone's here. But yeah. Well, it's ironic. I noticed that my little ladder's disappeared.
Oh, yeah.
And I know what she's done. She's taken it round Cal's because she knows she's away, see, and she knows that I want to get up and paint. And well, the ladder will come out.
Even a little step ladder when there's no one there is probably the dumbest thing ever. So.
Yeah, but she knows that I would do that. So that's disappeared. And I know what she's done. She's taken it round Cal's.
Can't blame her for that one, though.
No. Because I had every intention of employing, because.
You had every intention of sticking it to the man and doing what you wanted to do, regardless of what your body said.
Absolutely.
Or what the consequences of that might be.
Athol's off to bed, as today's been a hectic one. Thanks for the frivolity, lads. No problem, Athol. You take care, buddy. Carl is in, saying hello. Pardon me. Hello, Carl. Love to you and Lisa, mate. Obviously, love to you in a manly kind of way, mate, you know. And love to you, bruv, and all of that lot, you know, but yeah.
Right, I've now done another magnet. I've got one ready. I've got this missile that goes on the side here. I've just cut the little peg off. I'm going to stick the magnet on there.
Jeff says, sorry, he says some guys from the Warhammer Ogre Kingdom. That's all right, mate. It's just I read what's written, mate, because, useless.
I need some super glue first.
I am that one person that if it's got a button that says do not press, what am I going to do? Yeah.
You go and press them. You go and press.
Absolutely. Why not?
Because it is the order of things.
You know.
You're genetically designed to just think, what happens if I do this? And then just do it.
Oh, I will say this to H. Why tell me not to do something? Because you know what I'm going to now do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but any reasonable... Yeah, but there you go. That's where you've gone wrong. You've assumed that I'm reasonably competent. Yeah.
Yeah, or in any way competent.
Yeah, that's the error of your ways.
That was your first mistake, love.
She'll do a face palm. She goes, why did I marry the broken one? What, really?
Did she keep the receipt? That's the question.
No, she didn't, mate.
There you go, then. That'll learn her.
Yeah, it's her own fault, mate. She's only got herself to blame for that.
Yeah. I'll learn you.
Bless her.
I've got to get this tiny magnet into the right place. That's going to be pretty good.
So now, if I leave that over there, technically, I won't knock it flying. Oh, straight away knocks his cutting mat and nearly knocked it flying.
Technically, in an ideal world.
In an ideal world.
I just knocked the microphone.
Carl says he's painting Warhammer myself at the moment. He's trying to build his mojo back up. Oh, bless you, Carl. You've not been feeling it, mate. Sorry to hear that, mate. Thought I hadn't seen you about for a bit.
I often found that building up the old style Imperial Guard, just building 10 of them dudes, always got my mojo back because they're so simple to build.
This is why I've always got a pot of stuff to paint or whatever, you know, and
Oops.
On days where the mojo ain't with you. There you go. Right.
There you go. Super glued.
Oh, you ledge.
One missile super glued in place so it can be magnetized.
Proud of you, soldier.
The ammo box that I don't want to put on yet because it's got the green stuff setting that will also sit nicely in place on there once I've sanded it back down. So there you go. Successful magnetizations. Yes. Happiness. I'm getting better at super glue.
Oh, proud of you, mate.
A little bit. There's no guarantee that magnet won't just come off though at some point. But then it's not a hard thing to stick it back on again, I suppose. Can I stop magnetising stuff now, please?
Yeah, go on. How about it?
Oh no, there's other accessories. Oh god damn it! Could magnetise all of them. These are just cosmetic, but I may just have to make a decision for these and just say this.
Yeah,
is
you
what
go careful, soldier.
This is what you get. You get these accessories, and that's it. That's your lot. Shut up.
Sure, I've got another bit in there.
You're a match game.
Oh, there it is. No, I'd put 3 bits in there.
Why would I not put jerry cans on the side of it? Why would I not do that?
Yeah, why would you not do that?
Why would I not use jerry cans? This makes no sense at all.
Some of that.
Not a conversation anyone ever had. I know, I won't make jerry cans.
We've got a bit of grillage to go in, so let's put him in.
Oh, they've got little pegs as well. Okay. Flangularity. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Well, screw it. They'll just have fuel cans, and that's what they get.
Yeah, just give them the few cans. Jeff Light says, no worries, Carl. What was my typo? Don't worry, mate. It's all good, Jeff. It's all good, mate.
Don't do any more green stuffing and magnet.
You know, it's just, you know what I'm like with the English language, mate. I destroy it every given opportunity. Carl is halfway through painting the Iron Strider at the moment. Oh, nice one, mate.
That's Mechanicus. It's like it's like this kind of thing, but for the Mechanicus dudes. Spindly-legged little thing.
Them Sentinels are a nice, simple little build, mate, aren't they? Good fun.
Yeah, I do like this new one compared to the one. It's much more fun to build.
Yeah, I think the one I did was the old one.
Yeah, I've done an old one before. They're still fun to build, but they're not as much fun as this one.
You are an old one.
You are all the old ones. You're the ancients. You're a justified ancient of Moo Moo, you are.
I know.
Most people won't get that reference.
On the countdown to 60 now, mate. Blimey, who would have thought it?
The final... No, never mind.
It is, though, isn't it? It's... When you say that, you think...
What are you now, 56?
I'm 56 in July, mate. Yeah,
I'm 52 this year? 53
yeah,
this
it's weird, isn't it? It's like...
52 this year.
As a young fella, you know, 50s sounded old. I mean, my old man died at 50, so, you know, he was quite a young man, you know, but yeah, you used to think, oh, yeah, you know, that old fella over there, you'd think he's in his 40s or 50s, and yet now you are. Yeah. Yeah,
I never thought, you know, thinking, what will I be like when I'm in my 50s? I never thought that I would be sitting here making model kits, doing, I mean, obviously I didn't think I'd be streaming on the internet because the internet didn't exist, but, you know, doing silly, big, childish stuff.
I didn't think I'd live until 50. I had this horrible thing as a teenager where I thought that I would live probably only till 30.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it was just in me that I didn't think I would make it past 30.
I think with teenagers, it's either or. You either think you live forever or you think you'll die before you hit 30.
Absolutely. So every year since the age of 30, I've thought that I've been blessed because I've made it another year. It sounds really quite morbid, but whereas my sister, her thing was she wanted to outlive my father for personal reasons. And as kids, we all wanted to outlive him, you know. But, yeah, it's a strange one, you know.
I mean, I'm sitting here. When I was a kid, people that were 50 years old were like old people doing old people things.
Crusties,
yeah. I'm, you know, and they were reading a book or watching
Slippers and Paper and Werther's original, wasn't it? But
and like going to the local church fair, whatever. It's like, but to me, I'm 50 and I'm listening to music I listened to 30 years ago. I'm making plastic toys, and I get excited about video games, and I'm like the least 50-year-old ever.
Yeah, I'm 56 and I'm learning gaming. I mean, come on.
I had to convince myself not to buy the Bluey family Healer family car.
Yeah.
Boy. So.
You legend.
What?
wanting to buy the Bluey toy.
I know. I saw it and I'm like, oh, it's a really good looking car. And because I thought I could repaint it. The thing is, it's quite because the Bluey figures are quite big, so it'd be like,
oh, brilliant! That's made
like,
my day. That is.
I could repaint it and maybe just give it a little bit of weathering.
Oh dear.
Not a lot of weathering, but a little bit of weathering.
Oh, that is so funny. You're obsessed with Bluey, aren't you?
Bluey's the best thing I've ever seen. It really is the best thing I've ever seen. And I've seen many good things.
Yeah, I can't believe you at times. Unbelievable.
Listen, go and look up the Bluey, the Healer family car. It's a great looking toy car. You could do.
If you're still in the chat, Paul, honestly, mate, he has been busting my nuts for months to continue watching Bluey.
Yeah, you need to. It's like Disney wholesome, but without the schmaltz and crappy saccharine crap. It's like it's that I never want to be a parent because I'd be a rubbish father, but at the same time, Bluey made me wish I had kids.
Jeff's asking, is the other magnet under the white plastic strip, or is the white plastic strip magnetic? No, it's underneath it, mate. It's just
If you look on that side, that hole there, was almost exactly the right size for my magnet. So I carved out a little bit on this side, put it in with some green because Graham wasn't here. Filled it with green stuff, pushed the magnet in. It was sticking up a little bit, so I built this little brace that goes over the magnet with a little foot on either end to lock it in place. Give it a little dot of thin super glue just to finalise the lock, and then I put the other magnet on top of that, and then filled that crate with green stuff. Pushed it on. That pushed the magnet in there. That needs to dry, and I just stuck the magnet on the rocket.
It just stops the magnet pulling out if you're pulling something off, because sometimes that can happen. So
yeah, well, it's like you when you're doing your Bane blade. You've got the little plastic cap on the inside of the turret.
Yes,
you've got the little plastic circle. So what I did when I magnetized my driver was I glued the magnet to the inside where you can't see it.
Yeah,
and then I just built a little cage around it of bits of sprue.
Yeah, that's it.
That was glued to the plastic card, so that even if the magnet worked loose, if the CA glue gave up and worked loose, the magnet wouldn't go anywhere.
No, that's right, because it's boxed in.
Yeah, and this means even if the glue fails, it's not going to start rolling around and making your bits not line up. Nothing worse than your bits not lining up. Steady now.
Yeah, look at the post-it, Cole. You can do this.
It's your channel. You can be rude if you want to.
I know.
You just can't say the rude words.
No, that's right.
Right, getting jerry cans on this. I'm not making another stowage crate. Stowage!
Get your stowage here. How many for a pound?
I'm going to get rid of this thing of water. I should be back in a second.
Yeah, not a problem, mate. Jeff says, my late father-in-law was well into computer games. His son got him hooked. Yeah, I got convinced to grab an Xbox. I won't say who, the guru, but yeah. And yeah, I'm intrigued by it, to be quite honest with you, because it's something I've never done. Well, I say never done, but never really done in anger is gaming. And why not at the end of the day? It's something new. It's one of those, it keeps the old dexterity going. So why not? Is my motto. Back. Yeah, I know you're back. I was talking at the time, mate.
No, I'm just saying I'm back.
Yeah. So, yeah. So it's just something I'm intrigued by and I'm going to continue to do. So, yeah.
What's that, video games?
Video games, yeah.
Yeah. So proud, so happy, so excited.
Yeah.
I can't wait for you to begin your journey.
My journey.
Begin the journey.
He started a journey to the other side of the world.
He got a one-way ticket to Awesome Town.
Lynn Dipple's in the chat there saying hello. Hello, Lynn. How are you, sweetheart? Nice to see you in.
Nice to see you.
Nice.
Nice to see you. Nice. I don't have to put those on there because that's what the other one's for. Okay.
Yeah, Jeff says I was always very interested in technology. Yes. Yeah, it's one of those. I would love to be able to travel forward in time just to see what the future is going to bring because, yeah.
It's like, I'm not scared of dying like when I get older or whenever I do drop off the twig. I'm not scared of like dying or anything. The one thing that makes me sad is all the things that I won't get to see or experience.
Yes.
I probably won't get to see a man land on Mars, walk on Mars.
Yeah.
Highly unlikely.
Yeah.
I might get to see a man walk on the moon. That'd be nice.
Yeah, so it's one of them, you know. I'm fascinated by the way technology's going. I mean, when you think in our lifetime what we've actually seen in technology, we haven't done bad, really. You know, CDs, PCs, computer games, you know, all of that didn't exist.
Yeah.
You know, we had 4 channels of television, no video recorders, no compact disc, an old suitcase record player, and yeah. And now look at things, you know, look at space, you know. I mean, I was lucky. I can remember seeing moon landings on the TV when I was a kid in black and white.
See, I was too young. I missed that.
When you think of, you know, the whole space shuttle program has been and gone. You know, all the satellite technology, the Hubble telescope, you know, all of that.
James Webb telescope.
Yeah, you know, the visionary changes that we've seen. I think we've been blessed. You know, look at automobiles, look at mobile phones, look at, like you say, computers, technology. It's
the amazing thing is, of course, is that the way we look at things now, we think, yeah, but we can say, oh yeah, we've seen the Hubble, and now we get to see the James Webb, and it's all the cutting edge. And yet, 50 years from now, be like, God, you remember that James Webb telescope? How basic was that?
Yeah.
It's like people going, oh, we get to see the invention of the telegraph. Yeah. As well.
Dominic says, yeah, I don't game, but I have a PS2 and a Nintendo 64. Lots of nostalgia. Yeah, I've still got a Sega Mega Drive with a CD unit hooked up to the telly, a PS2, and then obviously I've got Claptrap sat in the corner of my Xbox. So, yeah. And that's quite a thing for me, getting that, because it future-proofs me channel for when I can no longer build. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, it does make sense. And my MS nurse was saying it's good for your cognitive stuff and your dexterity to keep your brain talking to your hands and your strength in your fingers. So,
that's what I said as well,
yeah.
That's the point of it.
So, there is a reason behind it, not just to learn the whole gaming thing, but yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to put that on.
Yeah, Jeff Light says he'd love the idea of a computer that sits in your hand and doubled as a phone. Yeah, my uncle would have been that. Retro says, is the Mega CD on the side or underneath? No, it's the Mark 1, mate, that goes underneath. And I've still got all the original boxes for it. It's, the original Mark 1 Mega Drive that sits on top of the Mega CD with the metal plate in between it. I've got shed loads of games. I've very nearly made a boo-boo there.
You can say that word. You can say that word.
Yeah.
I won't tell anyone.
I've got the Sega Menacer gun for it and all the games for that. So, yeah.
The Menacer.
Dominic says, yeah, Sega with the CDs. Oh, my God, that is really worth a lot of money here in the Netherlands. Yes, I only sold my Neo Geo a few years back. Yeah, the Sega with the Mega CD. Yeah, I've still got all the original boxes for both of them, the console and the Mega CD. And so I can box them back up. And
wow, that'll make it much more valuable.
So, you know, it's one of them. And like I say, the Mark 1 for some reason is a lot more desirable than the Mark 2. I think because it looks like an old retro hi-fi system, the way it stacks up.
Yeah, plus it's probably rarer as well.
Yeah.
Because the older ones tend to survive less.
So, it sat there doing its thing. Because a couple of times Ellen's gone, why don't you get rid of that old thing? Yeah, right.
You having a laugh?
Yeah. I go, where you going, love? Be careful, she goes. Oh, sorry, you meant the console. Okay. It's like you like living dangerously, don't you? Yes, dear.
Yeah, you were born that way. Right, I think I have finished this. I think I've finished this thing now.
Let's get rid of that.
which means I have to do some heavy weapons squads now.
Oh, you go careful with your heavy weaponage. Yeah, that really needs to come off of there then. Okay. Chop that there then.
Don't know why there's no bullets in the sky. Heavy weapons.
Then now should fit in there.
Right, so that can go there. This little chap can be taped on.
Retro says I prefer the Mark one myself. I've got both on the display shelf. Yeah. Yeah, it's just got a look about it, mate, isn't it? And I had the attachments that went into it as well. You had the 32-bit thing that used to load in. Then you had the cheat game thing that went in the cartridge below it. Yeah, so I've got all of them. 32-bit, eh?
We've got like a PlayStation 2, I think, in the spare room, and all probably full of dust by now. We had a SNES, God knows where that went. I had an Amiga, which God knows where that went. I had an Atari 400 with everything in perfect nick that I actually threw out.
Yeah.
And I was like, after a while, I'm like, wait, did I throw that out? Why did I? Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
I was clearing out loads of space, and I just never thought it would be worth it.
Retro gaming is a huge thing now, isn't it? Yeah. A lot of people are after old tech, you know, and it's just one of them things, isn't it? It's.
Look, Carl, I'm doing the taping.
Oh, you go, Cal. How much tape do we think he's going to put on this one, folks?
Only that much, just to hold the top bit on.
How's your Bane blade? Is it still in its tape ball?
Oh, yeah, I take the tape off, couldn't I, actually, while I'm here? I mean to do that. Let me do that while I remember.
Yeah, this is one of those, how much blue tape can you put on one Bane blade moments?
Well, it's not that I needed that much tape, I needed that many compression points, so... Take it off now, actually, while I remember. Just have to hope it hasn't gone where there's any glue, so it's gone on Mingy. It's a Bane blade. It is the Bane blade.
It's the Bane blade of Bane blade goodness.
Do you know what's better than a Bane blade?
Nothing.
Nothing. Nothing's better than a Bane blade.
ECI, the host, says we have an old Intellivision. I've got a 386 set up in my loft.
That's the old games console. That's like just after the Pong thing was Intellivision.
Yeah, I got a 10-in-1 Binatone sat in a box. I think that's actually its original box as well.
Yeah, we had one of them for. It got thrown out in the end because it stopped working and couldn't fix it. But I've now got a Series S sitting gathering dust.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Yeah, Retro, I remember that. You'd build up the stack poking out of the cartridge slot. It's like, that had to go in, then that, then that, then that, then that. And it would be like quivering away like so. You was petrified of walking past it.
It sounds weird to say it, but I actually have a current gen console sitting gathering dust, not being used.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I don't need it now.
Yeah, your Xbox S.
Yeah, I don't need it now. So like,
mate, bung it on and sell it.
Yeah, I should do.
Could do, really, because like you say, you've got your pair of X's now, ain't you?
Yeah, you're right, pair of X's. Magnets, how do they work? Very well, thank you. And goodbye. Right, so that needs to be sorted out later, so I can't put that away just yet.
Use the hook one for that one.
You're an hook.
There you go. Yeah, EC says Intellivision had game cartridges and have the IntelliVoice with it too. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think we had the Intellivision over here. That was specifically American, that one.
Yeah. Daniel says he had a Nintendo first, one in a box with, excuse me, lots of games of Duck Hunt. And a gun in boxes, and a water leak destroyed it all. Oh, man.
Yeah. The funny thing is that I was never into games, like never massively into games. In the late 80s, early 90s, I wanted an Amiga. I got an Amiga for Christmas one year.
Yeah.
But I don't know, because it was like, my mate had one, we played a few games, but I didn't play that many games on it. I drew on photon paint and things like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we got our first computer in this house about the mid-90s. And I may have played a little bit of Quake and stuff and Duke Nukem 3D a little bit, but not, and then I played a bit of Medal of Honor Allied Assault on it, or 386. But even then, it wasn't like a passion. And the first games console we had was like, we had an Atari 400. So that was for the family. Then like Mama Wolf got like a Nintendo, a SNES in the late 80s, early 90s. Then she got a PlayStation 2 in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
And that was a little bit of the start of it, because I started playing Half-Life on that. And then I got my original Xbox, and that was it. I was suddenly bang video games. Up until that point, I'd never really been passionate about them, because they were all just like platformers and stuff that I didn't enjoy. So. Now I've had the Xbox, original Xbox 360, several of, Xbox One, Xbox One X, Series X, Series S, and the Series X. And I've got a modded 360 and a modded original Xbox now as well.
Yeah, you're passionate about your Xbox, aren't you?
My Xbox. Well, I actually bought an entirely modded 360 plus like every game ever released, purely so I could stream Medal of Honor Frontline.
Yeah.
And I have not actually got around and played Space Marine as well, but I've not actually done any of that yet. I must do that. The problem I've got is that they're so loud that there's nowhere I can put them where the microphone will pick up all the fan noise.
Yeah.
Which is a bit of
Can you not upgrade the fans with Nocturas?
They're all modern. They're all like modded and opened up, and everything's modernized it, but they're still loud.
Yeah.
Still loud by default. So it's like, oh well.
Yeah.
Just because they're loud consoles compared to models, they're just naturally loud consoles.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, when I do a video game, the only place I can put, say, the 360, the original Xbox is in the cabinet, so it'd be a bit quieter, but it's really loud.
Yeah.
The only place to put the 360 is right in front of me on a little table.
EC says his 360 died.
Yeah, I went through about 6, mate.
Yeah.
Red Ring of Death.
Yeah, my boy used to always get that. I was going back to Germany.
Yep.
Under their warranty thing. It was like, yeah. You just have to reflow and rebuild the solder on them, didn't they?
Well, these actually look quite complicated to build.
Wasn't that a victim of the road capacitors as well?
No, that was the original Xbox. Was
the original Xbox wasn't it? Yeah, I knew one of them was.
It's because the capacitor for the internal clock used to go on the original Xbox, so it still work, but your clock would stop being every time you turned it on and go back to default, and eventually it will eat into your board if you weren't careful. Fuel ordnance battery.
Yes, Graham, in answer to your question, mate. Yeah. He says, do I like the join button to get the off-air hangout if I've got a new laptop? Yes, all you got to do, Graham, is rejoin, because you kept disappearing, mate, off of the membership. That's why you haven't been able to get in, mate.
Yep.
At the end of the day, if you get to find the links and that, you need to be a member. But I checked and you was disappearing at the end of every month, mate.
Am I going to be able to do all of these variations? I don't know.
All the details for that, folks, are in there with links to the 24/7 are both on the Patreon link and on the channel members. If you're a member or a patron, they'll be visible to you.
Remember, you're a patron. Remember. Sorry.
Yeah. Also, you can support the Guru by heading over to his Patreon as well.
Thank you very much. Well, thank you very much.
That's all right, because, you are a co-host, so,
It's most kind of you.
Patreon.com/model making guru, or let you join Foxes as well. So there you
Remember.
I like to share the love.
Wait, how many dudes are in this set?
So we'll do that bottom half of that first, and then we'll come back in and do the top half. Okay, so that will be all the chrome then stripped on that. And that'll sit in there overnight. So I just want that to soak, and then I shall go and run that with a dishwasher tablet. Put that in the water, and that should knock off any residue oven bright.
Is that better than like washing up liquid and stuff, a dishwasher tablet?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I just pop a dishwasher tablet in there, mate. Well, I've got a couple of kits that I'm going to start building, so I've got to wash them as well. So I do it a lot in one hit. So, yeah. Oakley dokily. So...
Fox, put it in another room close to your drill holes and play, says Daniel.
Yeah.
Drill holes.
Absolutely.
All I have is a PS1 and a stack of games in the closet, says Phil Bolton.
Absolutely.
EC used to play tons of games on old Apple II Plus in the 80s.
Oh, wow.
Me and Marcus ran to the video rent store and hired Sega Mega Drive over the weekends in the 90s, yeah. Rabbit says, one of the few systems I'm missing is a Vectrex by a friend who's bringing them up for me in a few months. My mate's got a Vectrex and it's brilliant.
Yeah.
You have the little overlay you put on the screen for different
Mine's got an old Apple Lisa.
Ooh. Wow.
Yeah, proper retro. It's like, he said, I'm thinking of throwing it. I said, no, don't throw that, mate. You keep that. I said, they'll probably want that in their museum, mate.
Oh, God, yeah. If you've got a working Apple Lisa, keep that.
Yeah. I said, honestly, mate, that is gold dust.
It's like, consider the fact that you can get an Apple computer now that's just as good as a PC, but like 4 times the price.
Yeah.
Give it 20 years.
Well, you used to get an Apple computer and it would come in bits and you used to have to assemble it. It was like, it was back in the day, wasn't it? Hence the name breadboard. It was a wooden plank that you plugged all the bits into on nails and, yeah, there you had your computer. Yeah.
Let's see.
I mean, I can remember I was on Windows 3.1 when Windows 95 landed, and that was just a whole game changer, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Graphic GUIs and all of that. It was like, what?
The actual computer that the first computer we ever got, the one that's in the front bedroom right now, the front sort of office bedroom spare room, is and still is a 3.1 machine.
Yeah.
And it's a 386.
Yeah.
Rah.
Yeah, I used to love that program manager and file manager. Yeah. Back in the day.
Yeah. What time do you want to go to, buddy?
I've got no idea what the time is, mate.
10 past 11 at the moment.
What do you reckon?
Your call, dude. I'm aware of how long you usually sit on the bench, you see, so.
What do you reckon, midnight?
Yeah, it gives another hour, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I shall go and make the mum a walk another beverage.
Yeah, we'll go on until midnight, folks, and then we'll come off. That'll work out well for me then.
Well, I shall be back in 2 minutes. I'll go and make mum a walk.
Yeah, no worries, mate. I'll do a bit of chat readage. Jeff says, I dread to think of the amount of old gaming stuff my son has. Yeah, my boy, he collects all the consoles and has quite a few of them, and yeah. EC says, oh yeah, Elisa, he says, I still have the 2 Plus, the dual disc drives, no idea if the 5 1/4 inch drive still works. Yeah. Proper old floppy drives, yeah. My first job in the parts department, we used to have the big plastic wheel cases that you used to have to change in the cabinets. I remember doing them. Retro says my favourite 80s computer was a Sharp X68000 from Japan. Yeah, I had an old C64 and then the ZX Spectrum. I remember them. PC had 3 Xbox 360s. Mm-hmm. Phil Bolton says all I have is a PS1. Yeah, I've got a Mark 1 PS1 still in a box. AC says his 360 died. Yeah. Absolutely. Dominic says yes, or such an old Commodore PC. Yeah, it used to have the little separate cassette unit, and you used to come home from school, start the program loading. You'd go home, go downstairs, have your tea and a cup of tea, come back upstairs just in time for the game to finish loading. Yeah, back in the day. But thinking back to how that all was, I mean, we have seen some wonderful technology breakthroughs, I think, just in our lifetime. So this is why I get curious as to what the future holds. What is the next big thing in tech? I think AI is going to be a big thing. You get the big VR headsets as well. I think AI is going to be game changer, but we're of the Terminator generation, and I can't help but think that AI is Cyberdyne systems in disguise. You know, it's like, yeah, you know, the computer's taken over the world type thing. You know, it's, are we going to get too far where computers see the humans as the threat? I don't know.
Is a member of the species.
Computer, stop. So yeah, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Jason Martin says, I'm still playing on the C64. New games are still being produced. Really? Oh, wow. Didn't know that. EC says Skynet. Yeah, exactly. The old, yeah, Skynet Cyberdyne systems. Yeah, you will be terminated. So yeah, I do worry that AI might go in a direction where we may lose control of it. I don't know. Am I being over anxious? I don't know.
Well, as humans, we are stupid enough to make something that could destroy us. So.
Yeah, you've only got to look at some of the chuddy stuff we've already got that can destroy us. Now, if you was to put AI in charge of the entire world's nuclear arsenal, I'm sorry, but
yeah.
You know, and then the pandemic had hit, would the AI have seen that as a threat? Oh, the humans are now a threat because they've got this. Let's terminate them. Yeah. That kind of freaks me out a little bit with AI. So, yeah. Perhaps I'm being over thoughtful, I don't know, but...
I don't know how far... I think we do overestimate our ability to create functional AI at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, Musk put a thing out recently, didn't he, where he was saying, you know, we do need to police it, because if we overdevelop it too soon without a full understanding, could we make a inadvertent mistake similar to the whole Y2K thing, he said. And if that was to, you know, if you made a programming bug in it at this stage, would it cost us in the future? And this is the bloke who has AI in his cars.
Yeah, I mean, those are the kind of things that people have been saying for the last 25 years. So
yeah,
he's not saying anything new. He's not wrong.
No, that's right.
He's not saying anything new. He is an idiot. But
yeah, you're not a fan, are you?
I can't stand him. I'm not going to say words that I can't say on YouTube, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with the bloke, because I like the whole space thing that he's doing with all the Starlink stuff. That side of what he's doing, I'm quite into. So
yeah, but as a human being, he's just, no, to me anyway, isn't it?
He is the atypical academic businessman, isn't he? He's got no real people skills as such. He's just his way or no way, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. He has some opinions that are very not excellent.
Oh, really?
But anyway, yes, AI has always been a concern. But I think we do overestimate how well we are able to create AI at the minute, because AI right now is still fairly simple.
Yeah.
Not that. Whether we ever create a fully sapient AI is probably highly unlikely. I don't think we ever will get that good. Right, what am I doing with this?
Yeah, it does make you wonder, doesn't it?
Yes. 1.
Okay. Where is that bit?
2.
Where is that bit?
Can I build 4 dudes? 1.
Is that it? No.
Ooh. Very handy if I could.
Oh, just talking to yourself again. First sign of madness.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if I can make all 4 dudes so I can have like all the variants of these heavy weapons available to me.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. You have seen it.
Have you seen it, Cole?
Yeah.
Can you point to it? Is it on the trolley?
Yeah, it is.
I don't want to alarm you. That may have been some beatbox you just did there.
All right. Graham McRobert has become a member. Welcome back. Yeah. Graham, welcome back, mate.
Welcome. Wait, what's that one for?
Yeah, bless him. You should be getting a bit of SpongeBob any moment, mate. Because that's what people really want. They want a bit of SpongeBob.
SpongeBob.
It's all about SpongeBob.
Why have I got what?
Oh. You've been special again.
I've got.
There you go. So that's the beginnings of that.
You're giving me too many bases in this box set. What the hell's that one?
I have then got Dream Builder says welcome back to Graham. Yeah, it's always good to have Graham back. Yeah, he had some had some laptop issues that kind of, rendered his access to everything unresponsive. So, welcome back, mate. Welcome back to the madhouse, Graham.
Willkommen auf dem Asylum.
Yeah, be careful what you wish for, Graham.
This festival, make sure you get it. What size base is this? Why have you given me?
Oh dear. Are you confused?
2, 3, 4, 5. They're giving me a 63mm base, which I don't even need in this set.
Yeah.
200 mils, 180, 528s, and 2025s. And they give me a random, like...
Hey, mate, Greeble.
65 mil.
Can never have too many bases.
It's very bizarre. And a spare 28 mil.
Yeah.
Very odd.
Yeah, it is a bit. Let's put that over there out the way.
Decals everywhere. I mean,
get that line off of there.
I'd have lots of Imperial Guard bits left over at the end.
Yeah, it's funny. I was going through my Warhammer Greeble box the other day, and it was like,
so many spares.
Yeah, and there's going to be even more once we do the Bane Blades, isn't there? We're going to have Greebles from that, which is something I didn't add from my previous Bane Blade build. Everything went on it, so I didn't have any Greebles left over. So this is the first time doing a Bane Blade where I'm going to have like a spare turret and that, and we all know where that turret's going to go.
You're a spare turret.
Yeah, I've got another Orc truck to build, and it's going to have the Bane Blade turret on it because why not?
Good lad. This is the correct way.
Because it's going to have all the things. I might even be able to get it.
Here we go. He's planning already, you see.
Yeah, I might even be able to get the Bane Blade turret on the squig off. I don't know.
Ooh.
So, yeah, keep an eye out, folks. It will be employed because it's too good a Greeble for me not to use.
Yeah, when Colin says I might be, he means absolutely he will do that. there's no might when it comes to you. Dude.
My squig off's going to end up looking like the Owl's Moving Castle, isn't it? It's going to have so many bits hanging off it.
Poor thing. It's got its spine all bent out of shape and everything.
Yeah, but why not? Why not is my motto. Blimey.
Yes.
Live once, enjoy it. Okay, we've got a bit of that going on there. Okay.
Wait, how many?
All right, yeah. Have a bit of that. Yeah, that makes sense.
Times 2. Oh, times 2.
Okay. ECI, the host, says this is the way. Absolutely, mate. This is the way. This is why Fox was desperate to get me to start doing Warhammer, especially Orcs, because he knew it would release my inner child. And all the time he's known me, he's always said, we'll find something that releases that side of what you do with your builds because it's an outlet.
I think he's just sitting there making planes and cars and tanks. It's like, you can't do much with him. You're like, it's like, it's a made-up thing that doesn't exist in real life. Do what you want. Whoa! Straight in.
Yeah. He knew he'd get me down the old git.
Hey?
You got me down the old you git, but...
I said, I did no such thing. I did no.
But it has been a fun journey, I must admit.
You're a fun journey. Yeah, that's not an insult.
Now, they reckon to slap that in after you join the bodywork together, but...
Supposed to slap it in after.
I think, I don't know. What's it got? It's got a couple of bits on there. Because to me, that would be far better painting that same shades as the car.
There was something, I think it was in your group today, Carl, in the workshop group. I think it was, that made me think of you. And I can't remember who it was, so apologies if you're in the chat. We post up a picture of an Orc Boomdacker Snazwagon.
Oh, right, yeah.
But the body shell was removed completely and replaced with a 1/35th Volkswagen Beetle, and it fitted perfectly.
Oh, good man.
You had the big Orc engine sticking out the engine compartment, and all the wheels fit.
Yeah. I
and the
like
figures
that.
inside it.
I like that
yeah.
concept then. Oh yeah, that's all right then. So that just slides in then. Okay, so I
Like a
can
glove.
I can do that separate then. Then drop that into bodywork. But saying that, with the paint on the bodywork, it might be a bit of a git to get in, especially if I glue it. So
Are you thinking?
I'm mulling over.
Well, it'd be better than mulling under. I don't know quite how
Yeah,
you
no,
mull
I'm going to
under.
glue that on now. I might regret it, but
Yeah, if you regret it, it just becomes a junkyard diorama, doesn't it?
no, not at all. It won't be that. It's just because I want to blend it in and everything before I spray the body shell. So because I want to do it justice, and I've got a really nice red for it, Paul. That's if he's still in the chat. He might have gone now because it is a school night. But yeah, Castrol red.
Ooh.
Look at that. That is a sexy red, isn't it? Look. Oh, isn't it?
I was looking up today the studio filming models for the police cruisers from Space Precinct.
Yeah.
Because there was a conversation about them in the boom lot. And I was watching a guy who had taken a couple of the toys and like turned them into a bit more studio accurate models.
Yeah.
And lit them up. And he said he'd had to do some research to find out what the actual colours were. And it made me think of you because he said the white is just appliance white.
Yeah, yeah.
He said, but the blue, he said, was really hard to find. It's basically Larder blue.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And he said, so I had to try and find the original paint. And he used Larder blue. He said, it's quite hard to find Larder blue.
Yeah, I can imagine, yeah.
And I thought, typical, that just so classic of Larder, they have one blue.
Yeah.
It's like, think of Volkswagen, they've got a billion different reds or something, or Ford. It's like, Larder, we've got blue.
Lynn Dipple's in the chat, issuing the hugs. Hello again, Lynn.
Hello.
Yeah, how you doing, sweetheart? There you go, and I'm going over that.
Graham McRobert said he was told he was overqualified for the nut house at the gate.
Yeah, I always say to people, I am not mad. I have my discharge card to prove it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jeff Light says, agreed, Fox. There's no maybe when it comes to Colin's builds. Do or do not. There is no try.
Yeah, there's no in between, is there? There's no half measures.
No, go half measure.
You go. Because I want that.
I have to say a big thank you to Games Workshop for making normal tyres that don't have crap down the middle. So they're just easy to clean up.
Oh, they haven't got that really horrible seam down the middle then that some of the tyres have got.
Well, they have, but they're just normal, like, real-world human tyres that you can just sand it and it's gone. They're not like Orc ones where you've got like gaps in the middle and makes it impossible to sand.
Yeah.
It's just a normal tyre. It's like, yes, finally.
Go. A little bit of sprue go in there because I want that to be seamless. So we'll let that go off.
Festa's letting his fluids go off.
Nothing wrong with Festa's fluids, mate.
There isn't anything in life that isn't made better with a bit of Festa's fluids. I can't wait for you to start playing video games, to start your journey.
Yeah, you are excited, aren't you?
Yeah, it's like...
I'm nervously apprehensive, not in a I'm scared of it way. It's just that, that curiosity, because as you've said to me, you envy the fact that I've got no gaming experience, so therefore I get to learn all the games for the first time and
experience all those worlds.
So yeah, I'm curious, to be honest with you. It's one of them. I think it'll be fun.
It's like somebody saying, I've never really read books and I've read this book and it's amazing. Well, here's a library.
Yeah. So yeah, it is. I hope it's going to be an interesting journey because
I think you'll like it. It's fun looking at you and not knowing what kind of game you'll actually start to enjoy.
Yeah. Well, this is it. It's knowing what genre that I take to, because I ain't going to know.
But all those games you've got on the console at the minute, you might be looking at them and be like, you might play some of them and be like, I don't like any of those. And you might find that it's like something I've never thought of. That none of us have ever thought of.
Daniel says, I'm looking for a kit for the group build. I'm thinking the German 18-ton heavy half-track FAMO and tank transporter by Tamiya in 35th. Go for it, mate. It doesn't matter what scale it is, what make it is. You build it how you want. You can warhammer it. You can gas lands it. You can do it out the box. It's your build, your kit. Yep. Have at it, mate.
Doesn't even have to be a single kit. It can be a tank and a tank transporter as two separate kits.
Jeff Light says, definitely not, Cole. I love your insane imagination, mate. Yeah, it is. It's a little bit out there. Adeptus Latrina says, we're all mad here. I'm mad, you're mad. Absolutely, mate.
Hey, Adeptus.
Yeah. Absolutely, mate. I think madness makes you the person you are, mate. We're all mad in a little way.
If you even start to say you don't have to be mad to work here, but it helps, I will just slap you off the internet.
Yeah.
Not allowed to say that. That's an old people's motivational poster. We don't do that.
Yeah.
My wolf used to buy crap like that to put on the kitchen walls.
Yeah. Yeah, now it's them really annoying keep calm things, isn't it? It's like, oh, really? Yeah, keep calm and do this. It's like, yeah, keep calm and...
Yeah, it was funny when it first came out, not anymore.
Yeah, it's like been memed to death, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. You're memed to death.
Absolutely. I am a meme.
You're made of memes.
I like being made of memes. Lets me do an impression of the Jetsons car. Me. See what I did? See what I did? Yeah.
See what we did there.
Everyone's saying hello to Lynn. Absolutely.
Hello, Lynn.
Right. So we've got a bit of that going on.
Ooh.
Was that a good or was it?
Yeah, no, it was like you put the wheel on, it went and it just stayed in place. It's just a really tight fit.
Oh, nice one. Oh, no, you ain't going to do it, are you? You said tight fit. He's going to burst into song any minute.
I don't know any tight fit songs.
Oh,
if this was a pre-recorded video, I may suddenly have a half-second jump cut of a flash frame of an album
I
cover.
was getting worried then that you might suddenly burst into a tight fit song.
No, I have actually done that before now and used a picture of their album cover every time I said tight fit.
Yeah, it's like...
I don't actually know any tight fit songs, so... Colin Meme says EC Idaho.
There you go. So we'll have one of them.
You wouldn't believe the amount of beatboxing that was going on before we went live.
I have no recollection of such a thing happening.
Because when we're using the setup that we're using now for the 5 minutes of the countdown, we can't talk to each other. I can hear Colin, but he can't hear me. So he's just muttering away to himself and talking himself through setups and stuff, doing little bits of beatbox. I'm like, so proud.
Yeah, I narrate to myself before I come on air to make sure I've done everything, you know.
Dominic Cuckoo is off. He says, I'm going to bed here. It's midnight.
No worries, mate. Thanks for coming in and joining us because, yes, this is very last minute and impromptu. So thanks to all of you that have come in.
Yes.
You know, because it was without warning. So, yeah.
That's the thing. You don't actually need to pimp everything all the time because sometimes people just turn up.
Don't tell me that.
No, you do need to pimp it ideally, but for last minute things, if it's like literally just let's just turn everything on and go.
Yeah.
You still get people turning up. Because you have to remember, people pop into YouTube and see what's going on. There's like, right, what can I watch? So have a look at, Colin's streaming. Hoorah.
Yeah, but this is going to be a thing now, folks, where on the weeks that there isn't an eModels, we'll be rotating it between this channel and Fox's channel. And we'll do an alternate Monday stream for you so that you've got something to watch because, you know, you look forward to your Mondays. So,
yeah. Real life, allowing, of course.
Of course, you know, so, yeah.
But it should be fine. I didn't see that there, little tinker.
There you go. So we've got a bit of that going on. Killy dokily. So that's that. And then that goes up under there.
Up and under. Hey, up and
Eddie
under.
Waring. Yeah. It's an up and under. Yeah.
It was the rugby one that was like, there'll be some crying in the showers tonight. Was that a rugby commentator or was that a football commentator?
Yeah. Was that Eddie Waring? Hugh may know if he's still in.
It's a Scottish fella. He's like, there'll be some crying in the showers tonight.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I know it wasn't clear from my accent that it was Scottish, but it was Scottish.
in your mind, it was the best Scottish accent in the
my
world.
mind. My dad was from Glasgow. I get a free pass.
Yeah.
In my mind. In my mind. I don't actually need to glue these wheels on, but I shall.
Yeah. Right. We have got in here somewhere of the dashboard.
Your ass. I mean, the dashboard.
Yeah, the dashboard.
There you go. Beatbox. Woo.
It's your imagination, dude. I keep telling you.
It's your imagination.
That's a bumper.
You're a bumper.
I like being a bumper. There it is. Right down the bottom. I suppose it would be, Carl, because it was the first one you'd done, you pilch.
Pilch mode activated. This little bit in here. This little tub is filling up with all kinds of spares for these dudes, for this set.
Oh, you're getting a right old greeble set, are you?
Yeah, just for the bits I've cut off and then not used. I'm like, yeah, we should do something with those.
Yeah. Lock that in there. That sounds right.
Bobbity-bib, de-bob, dib-bib-bib.
That's your dashboard, then.
Field Ordnance Battery. Feldgeschutzbatterie. This is what it is in German, you see.
I see what he did there.
Wähle die Variante, die du bauen möchtest. I love German. I wish I could speak German. I really do.
It's one of them languages, isn't it? That it's just got that.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
It's like the Scout Sentinel is Wacht Sparlaufer.
Yeah.
The Armored Sentinel is Wacht Sturmlaufer.
Yeah, it's so literal, isn't it, German? You know, it's, yeah.
Weiterbemmenleitungen auf citadelcolor.com. That's why when I play Wolfenstein, I say Wolfenstein and not Wolfenstein, because A, it's German. It's a German castle in Germany.
Yeah.
It's where the game's set. And also, it just sounds better. Wolfenstein! Right. C4 and C5. Ooh, C4. Boom!
Boom. I see what we did.
We need both of those.
This is where he gets swatted now because he said C4. It's flagged a button somewhere.
There's an FBI man's going.
Yeah, if you hear the sound of an helicopter above me, I'd start worrying. That man abseiling down on a bit of rope outside your window. Yeah.
Who is that man? Who is that masked man? Wait, what? No, that's not the right. What's his loss?
Lynn says it's trying to fix her pasta with meat sauce. I'll be right back. That's her belly. Ooh. Good girl.
That's what I've been in a pasta with. I had lasagna sauce on mine there. So.
Yeah.
Tinned hot dogs. Bang them into a pasta dish. Chop them up into bits and just stick them in the pasta for the last 3 minutes. Brilliant. It's a nice little bit of almost meat.
Job's a good one, was it?
Yeah. I mean, you can make a nice stuff, but if you just want a quick meal, pasta takes 8 minutes. Bang the hot dogs in for the last 3 minutes. Add your sauce, which takes a couple of minutes in the pan. Done. Fatness ensues at very little effort. What? Shut up. C5, C4. Well, you get quite a few of them then. It's only 2 of those.
Flight says mega cool, guys. Yeah. Yeah, you know, it just gives you something to watch, doesn't it? At the end of the day.
Yeah. Plus, it gives us some content as well.
Yeah.
Not going to deny that.
Bit of content for the channels.
A little bit blue for the dads.
Something for the mum and dads.
Oops. C5, C4, where's C4?
Okay, and then that goes up and around
Super
under
match
there.
Game.
Okay. Because I reckon I can match that to the car.
Super match game? What? You're matching things now.
Yeah, so I'm just figuring out my sub-assemblies for when I get painting. So
you're doing the thinkings.
yeah.
I suppose you've got to kind of coordinate all your builds so you don't have like two things in need of the drying chamber at the same time, don't you?
Well, this is it. I've got one in there at the moment, which is the Landy. Priming and painting the Beetle bus tomorrow, so the Landy can come out now of the cool box, because that's going to get decaled.
How long do you need to stay in the box for when they've been lacquered or whatever?
I normally leave my my clear coats for 72 hours.
Oh yeah.
You know, and I just, it stops the dust getting on it. It lets it cure. It's out of my way. I'm not going to damage it. And yeah, I have the box switched on overnight for the first night, and then I just leave it naturally then for the last two.
Yeah. I suppose the only big risk, of course, is if it gets really cold. It's not going to do in that room, but if it was
yeah, that's why I built
really
the
cold,
box with the timer on it, mate, because it's got the heater cooler in it. It maintains it at exactly 24 degrees.
Excellent.
All the way through. So, yeah, that's why I built it. And it's only a heater that I built for the resin printer, and I thought I could use one of them as a cure box.
I can just imagine like somebody like just putting their spraying the lacquer coats and then putting it into a plastic tub, and they come in like a day later, and because it's been cold, it's got condensation, and you're like, oh,
this is it. That's why that tub has got its heater in there. If it gets too hot, it cools it down. But it's got I built a vent on the back of it as well. You know, I think of these things, mate. You know.
Oh, I know.
So yeah, and it does the job. It does what I want, and works a treat. And I've not had an issue with the paint job. So.
Good.
So yeah, that will come out. That will then get the decals on it, the Landy. So then by the time them decals have gone down, that can go in the cure box because the primer would have dried. I can then top coat the VW. So it's like a little rotational thing where the booth has always got something in it curing.
Oh, yeah, you have to work out your schedules, don't you?
And then once the bus is cured, this will go in. This will get the primer, the top coat, and then this will be in the booth. So, so yeah. So probably next Friday I'll be doing a bit of work either on the Landy or on the Beetle bus, because this one will be curing. See, so
cool.
It's managing and getting the most efficiency out of my time. Yes,
it's setting up a good system.
Yeah, so you know it may all fail miserably. Who knows?
You got to do it to screw it.
Absolutely. So that then goes down under there.
I'm trying to figure out why this piece didn't fit very well.
Like that.
Because it's supposed to not fit very well. Okay.
In there is how that all goes, and it's a bit of a strange fit. This.
You're a strange fit.
It will go together.
Right, there's too many things on this bench, not enough space. Just
Mark Shellard says it's a juggling act in Cole's world. Yeah, it is, mate, because there might be a few days where I can't actually get downstairs. So I have to try to use any time I get at the bench now as effectively as I possibly can, because...
Yeah, you can't potter about and waste time.
No, it's all changed, isn't it? And... not for the better either, really, if I'm honest. But, hey, you know, you go with what you've got.
Yep.
At the end of the day, it is what it is. So we'll start letting that go together, and then I can go through with all my seam sealer, me sprue goo and stuff to get rid of any gaps. I just want it to slightly bond, because it is a bit of an odd fit, all of this dash. It's a strange way that they've done it. If I'm honest, that's the only thing that is curious about this build.
There's always something like that, though, in a
yeah, but it might well be just the style of the car, but
it could be.
But it's going together all right. So I'm definitely glad I stripped the chrome off it, though. Let's get rid of that throttle pedal for a minute.
Yeah, stripping the chrome's always the right idea. It's always the right thing to do.
Yeah, at first you think, oh, it don't look that bad. But then when you really examine it, you think, yeah, it is a bit gash.
Well, especially when you're going to put all the effort into the paint.
Yeah.
If you're just a kid making a model, it's fine. But if you're going to spend hours doing lacquer paint, something else, you can't just leave the kit chrome.
No, you can't.
If for no other reason, then there's no way to clean up when you cut nubs off. You just got this big gap. It's like there's no way to fix that. So.
Yeah, gosh, so yeah, it's almost like a two-piece wing effect going on with it. I want that part to stick first underneath there because it holds the steering column in.
Underneath the column.
Lynn says time to stand up, mate. Yeah, I'm just about to actually, Lynn. Great minds think alike.
Good girl.
That's why I'm coming off at midnight because, yeah,
because you've had a couple of hours and a half, haven't you?
Yeah, but yeah, I am physically upright because both hands are on.
Steady now. It's personal.
Yeah. Yeah. I see what you did. Dreambuild says lots of cool links in the description. Yes, folks. You'll see some affiliates at the top there, Hobby Workshop, Element Games, and there's also me Cromlink link in the description of this video for Bits of War, where you can save between 5, 15 or 25% off of tabletop gaming stuff from various suppliers, and I get a little kickback off of it, which helps me keep this channel alive, but you get to save money, so yeah, you pay cheaper price for it. And because you've been referred or used my link, I then get a little referral for it. So yeah, it helps me out and keeps the channel alive.
Colin?
Yeah.
Was that you pimping?
It was. Was you impressed?
I'm filling up. I'm so proud.
Baby steps, mate.
You did that without any kind of nagging or prompting from me or anybody else.
Yeah. How many years has it taken me?
All of them. Right, where's this one single component?
And then that'll pull down like so. And that one's joined. So we'll have a bit of clampage going on, and then we can really work on that dash once that
get your clamp
joining.
Get your clamp on. Beatboxing, folks. He's beatboxing.
That's a myth. It's your imagination.
A win-win situation, Cole says Jeff, and Lynn says good boy.
Absolutely.
Adeptus says, sometimes my brain gets stuck in imperial units, so when Colin said 24 degrees, I was wondering why he kept the kit's ice cream cold, lol.
Well, see, Fox mocked me for having my fish tank temperature in Fahrenheit, see, so, yeah.
Yeah. La, 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 la,
yeah.
la. I don't know if you read this one already. Jeff says, when you guys are on form, it's awesome. All the crap in the world disappears for a while.
Absolutely. I mean, we do. I mean, it's funny how many people thought me and Fox didn't get on because we do mercilessly mock each other.
Oh, yeah.
But it's our humour.
Yeah, we're like brothers, aren't we, really? It's like real life.
You know, we do. The thing I always say about this hobby is it's supposed to be fun. And, you know, all right, there can be a lot of snipe and crap that goes on. But we try to avoid all of that. And we just want to come in, goon around and have fun. That's what it's about for us. Yeah. We're
hairy-ass middle-aged blokes making plastic soldiers.
Exactly. There's a lot of other important things going on in the world. So, yeah.
As unserious as you can get, dude.
Yeah, exactly. So we kind of just want to lighten it up a little bit and go, take a chill pill, folks. You know,
take a chill pill.
Forget about everything because us two idiots. Yeah.
Forget about it. Can you say in New York? Forget about it. Can you say that?
Forget about it.
That was just London. That was your normal voice.
You honestly think I can do a New York accent?
I don't know. Give it a try, boy. That wasn't even anywhere remotely like New York. New York.
Yeah, no, I leave the bad accents to you, mate.
Well, I'll do a bad accent one day. I promise you, I will. I'll do my best. See what I did there?
I did see what you did there. Yeah, your Welsh accent is
I can't do a Welsh accent.
Yeah.
Other than to say like, "There's lovely."
Yeah, it's unique.
I can't do a Welsh accent. I try not to do one because I can't do one. Hello. I can't do well.
Yeah, which is why we ask him to do a Welsh accent, folks, because we like mocking him.
Yeah. What accents do you think you can do then, Cole? There must be some accents you think you're quite good at.
So Fred Dibner. You like that?
Yeah, you're not too bad at the old Yorkshire accent.
Yeah.
I've heard you do a Yorkshire accent from time to time, and it wasn't too bad.
Yeah. But
Doing
no,
a Yorkshire accent is just to sound cheap.
Yeah, I'm not really good at accents, to be honest with you, mate. Struggle enough with English, mate.
I think you should let others decide. We should have an accent off at some point.
Yeah.
That can't possibly be a disaster in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, it can't possibly be.
Very wrong. No.
Yeah.
Can't possibly be any downside to that.
Car crash TV at its best, isn't it?
Yeah. There is one accent you can do really well. You know it.
Yeah, Mark Shellard says, yeah. Gives Colin a mint for being a good boy. Absolutely, mate.
Yeah, there is one accent you can do really, really well.
You're a bad man.
Yes,
yeah.
Always.
Yeah, I know exactly where that's going.
Oh, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Tart, you know.
Yeah, so going to hell, won't we?
Nope. You might, I'm not. I'm too lazy.
There's bus under there. Do you want me to throw myself under it, or are you going to do it?
Yeah, no, yeah, I'll let you. I can't be bothered. I'm far too lazy. Let you throw yourself under.
Yeah, I like pee.
Yeah, just the one.
I had a friend once.
Lies.
You shut my nose.
Don't matter. The joy of longboats.
Oh, yeah. That's what I like about this community. There are so many unique characters.
By unique, he means nut jobs. We're all nut jobs.
Yeah, but I went all Vicky Pollard there. You've got to be a bit mad, really. I mean, we're all chronic depressives, and we choose the most isolated insular hobby you can imagine.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like,
to surround ourselves with doing a hobby that requires great criticism and critique.
Yeah.
Why is that supposed to go like that?
So, yeah, I do find it interesting, and I love the different personalities that we get to come across in this hobby. That's what I find fascinating, because it's reassuring knowing that I'm not the only nutter out there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by the people I meet, you know, and I find you all fascinating, and yeah. There are some really wonderfully talented people in this community. So, yeah, not going to name them because they'll get so up their own arse that they'll go, yeah, you're just a minion, you slap it. It's like, yeah.
You're not going to name them because that's not mercenary, pimping other people.
But, yeah, and I have that philosophy in this hobby. If you can't learn something new about the hobby, there's no point doing it.
Yeah.
You've got to be able to learn new things and try new things. It keeps you stimulated. You know, I'm often asked, what is your best build? And I always say, my next one. Because it keeps you inspired to keep going, doesn't it?
What is your best build? All of them? Oh, well, you're one of those, yes.
Yeah. You know, that's how I look at it, you know, and I always try to be as good as I can and to improve. And that's why I like seeing other people's work in the galleries and things, because you can't not be inspired by it.
No. Shellard says, yeah, but.
Yeah, Vicky Pollard, but. That Pongo Aries, but.
Ow, that's my face.
See, this is why I don't do accents, folks.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. When you try and do Vicky Pollard, it's rubbish. When you don't try and do it, it's fine.
So, yeah, now you know why when he says, let's practice doing accents, I politely go, nah.
You've got no sense of fun, have you?
I've got an Xbox. What more do you want?
Public humiliation is a valid form of comedy. Oh, hello. What do I want?
Get to play all of the games. All of them.
8, 12. Oh, I didn't want that one then. Oh, yes, I did. 8, C8. Right, well.
See, and I can
Numbers
start.
5, 8, and 12.
I can
Right,
start
5, 8, 12.
backfilling that with sprue glue and getting this dashboard to start
Wah,
looking
wah.
reasonably sexy. Jeff Light says, I love meeting people from around the world, especially when they share our hobby. Exactly, mate. I've come across Australians. There's been people from Argentina, America, Canada, the Philippines, Japan. I find it fascinating. I love the fact that they come in and keep us company. This is why me and Fox like doing the weekend shows and the late Friday shows and that, because it gives the guys the other side of the pond something to listen to when they're at a bench at a reasonable time. And I'm a chronic insomniac, so I'm up anyway, so it makes no odds to me. But
not just to the side of the pond, but the other half of the globe as well.
Exactly, and I love that. I love that they come in. I love that they leave happy and that they're enjoying what we're doing. We're two middle-aged blokes goofing around, but for me that works because there's enough serious model shows out there, people that take it so seriously.
We try and make sure people always leave happy, always want them to have a happy ending.
Yeah. And it's, we just want to let people see that this hobby can be fun. You can be an idiot. There's no wrong in being an idiot.
Nope.
And I love that. And I've come across such wonderful personalities, and it's nice, especially when you get lovely feedback as well.
Yeah.
And that encourages us to do more content at the end of the day.
I only get two kinds of feedback: lovely feedback and feedback that I ignore.
Yeah, and that's why we was bouncing around doing other stuff. And literally, as we was coming on air, I shouted over to the microphone to Fox, "What do you think about us doing alternate Monday shows when eModels is not on?"
Yeah,
because we're here anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So why not?
It's not like it's a slot that you wouldn't have been doing stuff anyway. So
exactly, because when it used to be weekly, we used to always make ourselves available. So I've dragged the carcass down the stairs, and it's like, well, let's do something.
Well, that's how I knew you were already ready to go for that, because you hadn't replied in the group chat about the Monday night show. So I'm like, you don't even know it's cancelled yet, do you?
Graham says, thanks for slapping me back into touch to get back into building again, mate. I needed that. This is what I do, mate. I know what I get like, when my depressive side hits, I hit rock bottom. And I need to kick up the arse, hence why Fox kicks me up the arse on a regular basis. And I like to do that for other people because I know what I need and I know that, it'll help them. So
if there's one thing we all agree about, it's that Colin is a right slapper.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'm a slapper so that you don't have to. See what I did there?
Slap it.
But yeah, and that's what I like about this community is we all rally around each other and all. So yeah. Lynn Dipple says, I love this group of meeting people from all over the world. I'm a loner, so this really helps me keep my sanity, or is that insanity? I'll let you answer that, Lynn, because you might grasp me up the H and I'll get a beating. And
Here's a question, and this is for chat as well.
Yeah.
Can you even begin to think or imagine what you'd be doing if there hadn't been an internet? Like, think about what your life was like before the internet. To me, I was drawing cartoons and I was drawing my artwork and stuff on paper and card, and I was hanging out with my mates in the pub. That's about it. And then I had my job. Just imagine if the internet hadn't happened, where would you be right now? I mean, it doesn't even bear thinking about, but it's weird because you think so much of our lives now, at least for us, for me and for Cole, revolves around the interwebs.
Well, yeah, the internet's my window to the world, mate, because I'm housebound.
If the internet hadn't happened, and I was still doing things like phoning up the Sky Television Star Trek hotline to find out what the rumours were about the next Star Trek and things like that, and like I did in the 90s when I was a kid, it'd be like, I can't imagine that life would even be worth living at that. But it's because all my mates have moved away now, most of them. So it's like I wouldn't have access to any of my friends. What would I actually do with myself?
Yeah, I mean, for me, like I said before, this is my window to the outside world. Yeah.
Weird.
I could say, but I won't say because it's morbid.
Yeah, but it's quite a silly thing to think about, though. It's like, what would you be doing if it wasn't internet?
Yeah.
You'd still be doing your hobby, but you'd have to depend on books and magazines to learn new things.
Yeah, I mean, it's like anything, you know, we didn't have the internet, so therefore we didn't miss it, so to speak. But
yeah, it's like, you know, if you still had the modelling hobby, for example, you know, nobody would ever see you work unless you went to a model show.
I mean, if someone had said to me 10 years ago, you're going to be sitting at a hobby bench on the internet, on video, streaming to people all over the world, I would have laughed. I would have gone, no way. Because I couldn't see myself doing that sort of thing. I mean, I only got back into the hobby 2016.
Yeah.
And within 18 months of sitting there watching Fox and Tony and that do eModels builds, I'm suddenly on the eModels stream with them. I couldn't have seen that coming. And, you know, doing live streams on my own with mates and all of that lot and interacting with people all over the world. I wouldn't have seen that happening.
No.
You know, when I first started doing streaming stuff, I refused to go face to cam because I was so insecure. You know,
it's weird to think, though. It's like, you know,
you and Tony kept busting my balls, didn't you? And that was it. You know.
It's like I only got back into the hobby because the guy I was working with, you know, we kind of had a day trip. We were working and we were bored, and he had a midlife crisis and he couldn't afford a sports car. So we decided, let's go to his eModels place and rekindle our model making from our youth.
Yeah.
So we went there and bought a load of stuff, and I kind of got back into the hobby that way. But it's like, would I still be doing it now? Would I have even carried on? Would, you know, it's
a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah. It's weird to think, you know, what would we doing on a daily basis now?
Yeah.
I'd be playing video games for sure.
Yeah, I mean, especially having to take medical retirement when I did. That was a life-changing thing for me, more so than getting the MS diagnosis, because suddenly I had lost my sense of purpose, which was my work. And if I hadn't have been doing this, I don't know I don't know where I'd be, whether I'd still be here or not. I don't know. I can't answer that because, yeah, it was such a life-changing thing, and you're on the scrap heap. But luckily for me, I had this very wonderful circle of good mates and the eModels gig and the motivation to keep streaming and YouTubing.
Yeah.
But yeah, if the internet hadn't have been round when that happened, I don't know.
It's like, how would I be keeping myself? It's like, you know, I used to draw me comics and stuff just on paper, but nobody ever saw them.
No.
It would have never been seen by anybody. I might have eventually got round to sending it off to a publisher or something, but in all likelihood, I'd just be drawing this stuff and nobody ever see it, or I'd be making models that nobody ever saw.
Yeah.
Just to fill time. Yeah.
Gets you thinking, mate, doesn't it?
Yeah. Absolutely. Did you say you want to go till midnight? Because it's midnight.
What do you reckon? How are you doing?
It's your call, dude.
Because I'm quite happy sitting here shooting the breeze. I've stood up. About the half past at the latest, mate, yeah?
All right.
And then kick me backside at half past. I think we're both a little bit in the zone. I've had a stand-up. I've been drinking all the way through.
Not drinking fluids, not alcoholic beverages.
No. I've been drinking me orange and that. I'm not getting the DTs at the moment. So, yeah. 12:30 be enough then.
Yeah. Good lad.
And it's just nice to do one of these on a Monday, isn't it? It's unusual.
Well, Mama Wolf hasn't decided it's bedtime yet, so.
Yeah, so, yeah, why not? Enjoy it.
Yes.
Hello, Ross. How you doing? Ross is in the chat. Hello, mate.
Hey,
how you doing? Nice to see you in, mate.
I don't even know what you said then.
That was good. Well, that was proper DJ there, mate.
Yeah. I had a dream last night, right? And it was just one of these normal. like at school and I have to get to my next lesson, but I've had to go and get something and I'm trying to find the classroom.
Yeah.
And I can't, I've lost my timetable, so I don't know what the class is or where they're going to be. So how do I get...
Nice to know that don't just happen to me then.
No, it's like, I had to leave halfway through a lesson, and when I'm coming back, that lesson will have moved on to the next classroom now for the next lesson. Like, I don't know where they go. Anyway, it was fun, but I was wandering around the school and going into all these rooms that I didn't recognise, and all these different things going on in the rooms. And I woke up and I was like, you know what? If I had massive amounts of money, I would pay somebody to build me a stately home, right? If I was a multi-billionaire or something.
Yeah.
And I said to him, right, I want the house, I want a basic core, which is my bedroom, my kitchen, my living area, a music studio, and a drawing studio and a model making studio, all to be filmed, things to be filmed in. But then I said, other than that, I want you to fill the rest of the stately home, hundreds of rooms. And I'd hire a load of Disney Imagineers. And I was lying in bed this morning thinking about this. I'd say, right, loads and loads of architects, loads of Disney Imagineer types.
Yeah.
I want the building to be proper stone construction, so it's like a building that's been made in the 16th century and then added to over the centuries.
Yeah.
And I want every room to be completely different.
Yeah.
Go wild, nothing off the table.
Yeah.
It could be a Renaissance bedroom, it could be a disco room, it could be a room completely covered in mirrors, it could be anything you want.
Yeah.
Every room has to be different, right? But it has to have a purpose.
Yeah.
A bedroom counts, but they're not all just bedrooms.
Yeah.
So you have a video game room or a carpentry room. But as well as all them, I want to have lots of little passageways and covered walkways, and little mysterious stairwells that go, because I want to be because basically I woke up and I was thinking I'd love to get that and then not have any involvement in the building, so that when I move into the house on the first day,
you get to explore.
I can explore my own house and spend weeks just going down little tiny staircases and
what's in here. I'd have og walks with the moving staircases that are always different and take it to a different room.
That kind of thing. It's got to have this old look, but also have modern stuff in it as well. So it's I want a Star Trek room, and I want this one to look like inside a starship, and I want this one to look like it's whatever. And it'd be great because you could. And I said, I'd say to the Disney guys, go wild, but I don't want any Disney schmaltz. I don't want it to be cute, and so I want proper normal stuff.
Yeah, also, proper. Yeah.
And also, I want things. If you want to build a stone fireplace, build the stone fireplace, not a wood fireplace. It looks like stone.
Yeah.
And I had this big thinking session for a good half hour this morning, just planning how I would do it. But that'd be great! All these little mysterious stairwells and passageways and tunnels and hidden
it'd be the
doors
nuts, wouldn't it?
And build 3 floors down as well, so I can have extra floors to explore. It'd be great. I just love that. You never know what will be in a room.
When's it getting built?
When I've got billions of pounds. Yeah. That's the sticking point, I'm afraid.
Yeah, that's the only downside, mate, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the sucky bit.
Yeah, always something that has to spoil it for us, isn't there, mate?
Yeah. I need this little telly box.
Even though you're probably not going to see that, it is an ejector pin mark, and just in case that's going to be visible on the inside, it's got to go. Because it may be visible, it may not be, but I'll know it's there.
You see on a Games Workshop kit is ejector pin marks.
Yeah.
I think they managed to make sure that ejector pins tend to be...
Well, they use a lot of the slide moulds and they don't need it because it's so precise, isn't it? And I think it's because it's a different type of plastic as well, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think if they do these, and they tend to use the actual sprue as the thing it pushes out, not the actual model part.
Well, this is it. You think there's enough tabs on a sprue that they could have as the eject location.
Yeah,
but
you could just put that in there and not have to fuck about.
It's like, really? Yeah, but it's not a proper Revell kit, is it? Unless it's got ejector pin marks.
Well, everybody else has ejector pin marks anyway.
Yeah, no, but luckily there's not been that many, so I might be doing overkill where it might not be visible when it's built, but that looks to me like the back end of the tunnel. I've got some texture paint anyway, so I can flock it and texture paint it, should I say? And,
get flocked.
Yeah, get your flock in here for £8 for a pound, not £1 for a pound.
Flocking heck. £3
for a pound. I'll flock in L Fox.
Well, for flock's sake.
I'll see what he did.
Get to flock.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you what, I've still got no idea who sent me that thing.
Really?
I've still not heard from anybody. Nope, not a word.
I have an inkling, but I don't know how accurate it is.
Ah, I like it when you inkle.
Yeah.
As long as you clean up afterwards.
Yeah, but
feel free to find out and tell me, because I'd love to know.
Yeah, curiosity. I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, it could be.
There's one person that I think you and I both know who we would think of straight away, but I assume it's not him because of life changes.
Yeah, that might be who I was thinking of.
American gentleman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's too much going on in his life right now.
And
he would have said, "I'm sending you something." So.
Yeah, that was one of the names. The other one you haven't mentioned yet. I won't mention it on there.
No. I'm just curious. It's just it's still bizarre. Why would you?
Hey, mate, just someone's kindly sent you it, and
it's not taken away from that. It's curious that they don't want me to at least say thank you to them.
Yeah, I had one towards the end of last year that sent me some stuff and didn't want no public video done or acknowledgement, as politely asked that I keep it. And I respect that. I've still messaged them and thanked them and sent them a personal video of thanks, and I understand why they want the anonymity. That's the word.
Oh, no, I get that. It's just this person doesn't even want me to know who it's from. It's like, that's what I don't understand. It's like, It's very weird. I mean, it could just be that somebody just forgot to write a note in the package.
No,
they haven't seen the video yet. It could be like they meant for me to know who it was, but they didn't realise they hadn't written the note.
Yeah, it's one of those.
It's very weird.
Going back to many moons ago when I used to do live streams with someone else, we both received a parcel. And it was 3 months before the person came forward and identified themselves. And again said, I'd appreciate it if. And it's like, but we was just, why didn't you say it at the time? Because I wanted it to be a surprise and just, I don't want no limelight. And
you wanted to put some fun into it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was the thing. And it was like, we just wanted to say thanks, It
definitely puts an aspect of fun to it, because it is fun trying to figure out who it is, but we'll probably never figure it out.
Yeah, they'll probably come forward when they're good and ready, mate.
Yeah.
You might just get a random message saying, yeah, it is me, but if you don't mind. And I get that. I totally get that when people do that, because not everyone does it for reward, so to speak. It's
very weird.
It's always very, very flattering and very, very humbling, folks. It really is, because when someone has put, especially in the current economic climate,
and especially with what that actually is and the price that GW was asking for it, it's like,
see, I wouldn't have gone on and looked at prices, but
Well, I didn't have a choice because I had to figure out what the hell it was.
Yeah, but
I was like, "What the hell is that? I need to know what it is."
When Si sent me that stuff, I'm like, I'm not going on to Goblin Gaming, mate, because if I did, I'd be embarrassed at the value. I said, but I'm only judging by the quantity. I said, I've just lost for words, mate.
Yeah,
and it does. It puts a little lump in your throat. I mean, I was getting all blubby towards the end of the video. I had to stop recording in the end. It was.
I was the same. You probably heard it in my voice.
It's lovely.
Not often that I get lost for words, but when I get lost for words, because they're going.
Yeah, it does. Because it's the fact that people have taken the time to think of you, isn't it? And we are appreciative. We really are. And
then some.
It's just so humbling, isn't it? You think, oh, really? Wow, you don't know what to say. You really don't.
No.
And yeah, it's.
I mean, I suppose to some people, expensive is a whole different thing to some people, I guess.
Yeah, but it's like anything. I mean, when I'm coming out of a depressive state, I like to do good for someone else.
Oh, yeah.
It's my way of therapy for myself to get into a good place again. So I'll cobble together something to send to someone that is just my way of, I'm feeling better. I want to make someone else feel a bit better about themselves. And
it's weird, but it's the same for me. When I've been in a bit of a downer, because I'll do something like that. I'll buy someone a Bane blade or something.
because it's just your way of making yourself feel good about yourself because you've done something someone else. It's
just
a weird thing.
Bringing cheer to someone else is a nice way of being distracting my own.
Yes,
thinkings.
Absolutely, mate.
I love the little monitor on this weapon. It's got like this little monitor on it, like a computer screen. It looks like an old 1980s CCTV monitor.
Oh, mate,
like
you're going to do your periscope green.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
And if I'm very brave, I might even paint some little lines on it.
Yeah, get yourself some of that, folks. Periscope green for all your old CRT needs.
Oh yeah. Well, it's got the screen molded as a flat surface, which is absolutely spot on, and it's slightly got a curve to it. So it's spot on for
spot on for that, then, mate.
Yeah, but it looks like a classic old 80s like CCTV monitor you used to get. My dad had one. My dad decided one year to buy security cameras for the house. So what he did was went to a market, like a car boot sale, and bought a load of old industrial CCTV cameras and a CCTV monitor. Never set them up. It was like you could have just bought a burglar alarm, Dad. Really?
Yeah,
would have been just as good.
Yeah.
Never mind. Moving on.
Yeah, it's one of them, innit?
They just sat in the garage, and they weren't like little. Everybody had like an alarm on the house and maybe a camera in the mid-90s. We had these like massive industrial park type CCTV units in the boxes and everything.
Oh, right, yeah. He didn't do an half a job. He went all or nothing.
Yeah, some company that went bankrupt and all the business park or something.
Legend.
All right, so I've done that. Got that bit built. I built a bit of a heavy weapon.
I'm proud of you, soldier.
Can I glue that down now? Ooh, I can almost. Let's get the little sticky up bit done. We'll do that bit.
The little sticky uppy bit.
C9 and C. This has actually got a working thread on it. I was vastly impressed. Hang on. C9, C10.
Oh, mate, yeah, if it has, I'll be, that's skill level Japan.
Well, it's like the front bit of the tripod of the thing there. The piece has a thread molded into it as if you raise it and lower it by turning the handle.
Oh, right, yeah.
Like a caravan where you can raise and lower the A wheel because it's an A-frame thing.
Yeah.
If this actually had a working thread, I'd be amazed. It won't, but it'd be like, that's so cool if it did. And I have to say, every time I make a laser weapon, I always want chocolate because of the battery packs. They just look like a big chocolate bar. Right, what am I doing? I want C9 and 10. C9 and C10. That's richtig. C9.
C9, C10, like and subscribe.
C10 now, there you go. What are you doing, Carl? What are you doing?
I am sprue gooing my dashboard right under my nose because I can't see the end of my brush properly because it's white on white. And I have eyes of a certain lack of seeing quality, so...
Yes.
I just wanted to get rid of that seam along the bottom because when I paint it, I want to try and blend everything in so it looks like the original car out the box, but it just looks like it's had a bit of work done on it to modernise the vehicle. It's had a bit of a foos effect, so to speak.
Colin's got his goo out just by the end of his nose.
There you go. So what was a rather slightly dodgy three-piece dashboard is beginning to come together.
Three-piece dashboard.
There you go, folks. And we all know how many gaps were in that about 10 minutes ago, so it's gradually coming together, and I'm going to leave that to cure now. And then I'll go back at that with the sander. And then I'll get me scriber out, and then I can scribe in some additional details. And
scribularity. And that's the beauty of sprue goo. You can scribe it the same as polystyrene because it's polystyrene.
That's why I wanted to get sub-assemblies done, because nothing worse than painting all of this lot. And then when you come to fit it together, it fits badly because you're going to have to go over all that lovely paint job you've done. With sanding sticks and that to get rid of all of that, and you're going to end up painting it again. So I'd rather build it at this stage, get all of my fettling and finagling done. Because once this sprue goo's cured, I can sand it, smooth it, scribe it to whatever contour I want.
Sand it, smooth it, scribe it, EQ it.
I can
confirm it's not a working thread. Sadly.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah, got a little bit over there.
Okay.
That was the bit I was after.
Always after a bit, aren't you, Cole?
Absolutely, mate.
Always after a nice bit.
Can't beat a bit.
Bit of what? Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Bit of this, that, and perhaps, possibly, the other.
And that is now suitably played with. So we'll leave that. What day is it? Monday.
Monday.
So I will reconvene so I can leave that till Friday, because I should be doing a bit more on this. Mind you, saying that, with how this has gone tonight, I think I'll do a bit of settling on the body shell to get rid of these join marks. Probably get that all sanded and primed and prepped, ready for painting. So I want to do my Volkswagen tomorrow. So this might be in the booth Friday, the shell.
Nothing wrong with a bit of shell fettling.
So, yeah. So what have we got? We got the chassis done. Or the chassis.
No. No. Denied.
Oh, no, no, that really grates in when I do that. Chassis.
You're not American.
Yeah.
You're also not a moron.
That's almost like saying, I'm going to sell my Xbox and buy a PS5.
It doesn't bother me at all. What console you got? That wouldn't bother me. That's your own choice. I can't stop you making dumbass decisions.
Can you honestly see me getting rid of Claptrap after all of the modding I've done to it?
No.
Yeah.
Also, you suddenly would have no games.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's looking at me now going, yeah, you know you want to. Yeah.
You want to press me button.
Right, what have we got left? I've done that. That's ready. Sit in there once that all goes together. There's something that is a really nice car. Looking forward to getting the old red on that. I think that's the right choice. I want to put that back in its bag. Protect the body shell whilst I'm doing other things.
Can confirm that it wasn't a real thread. The thread doesn't work.
So let's see where that is. I don't want body shell getting cracked up. So, had its own bag at one point, but I've gone and put that somewhere safe.
Safe in inverted commas.
So I'll put it in a different bag. Just so that I can keep that away from the detritus.
Safe.
There you go. So that'll live in there.
There you go. I've attached the first frame for the first heavy weapon.
Oh, good man.
Base.
Oh, that's coming together well.
Yeah, I've got to finish. Now, I think the way I can build it is that the actual weapon that goes on top, you can build all of them and then swap them out, I think. Daniel's
off. He's going to bed. No worries, Daniel. You take care, mate. Thanks for coming in, mate, and keeping us company. And we'll see you on the next one, buddy.
Lynn Dipple says to me, I found this house. You need to check out the Winchester Mystery House in San Jose, California. Ooh, I'll check that out later.
Oh, yeah. Sounds good. Nothing wrong with a bit of binge watching, mate.
Grim Builder Daniel says, I would be so curious on anonymous donator, proper detective mode. I'd really want to thank in person. That's where I am right now. It's like, I want to know who sent it, but I've got no way to find out. Normally I can go all like King Weasel. I am the king of the weasels. I can do anything, find anything out. But in this case, I've got no leads at all. Nothing. Just nothing. So,
how did it arrive?
In a box from Games Workshop.
Oh, right. So, yeah, even if you tracked it back, it's only going to give you the address of Games Workshop. Yeah. So, yeah, you can't do it for a tracking number.
There was no shipping, because they did it as a gift, I assume. There was no invoice in there.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you don't, yeah.
But they didn't even put like here's a gift for you type. You can do like a little message.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I've had that before. Yeah.
But I didn't get that, so. Either they didn't do one or it didn't go in by accident.
Yeah, I had one came from abroad, and with the tracking info, I found the dispatch country, so I then narrowed it down
Yeah.
And I randomly emailed an individual and said, out of curiosity, and it was, yes, you're correct. I said, okay. So, yeah, it kind of took a while to do, but,
Yeah.
you know, and I said, well, now I can say personally, thank you.
Yeah. Well, this one, nope, nothing at all. It just came from Games Workshop.
You might be surprised. It might come when they're good and ready.
It might do. I hope it does. I mean, if it doesn't, then it doesn't, but it'd be really nice if it did, because I could thank the person.
Yeah.
Right, that's on there. We need to finish the other one then and do that other one at a time.
So we have got that in there. Okay, what have we got? We've got Landy in there. Technically, I could let that jump the queue, couldn't I, and get this sprayed.
Do what you want, buddy.
It's Monday. Primer, top coat. No, it's not going to be done by Friday because 24 hours primer. 72 hours. Yeah, it's not going to be done by Friday, so I'll start on the bus tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then I'll spray this afterwards. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Linda Pool says, looks good, Fox. Thank you very much, Lynn.
Absolutely.
Jeff says, good night, Daniel. Sleep well and get better, mate.
Exactly.
Yep. Right, well, I think they're on the 10-minute warning now, so I shall stop.
Oh, really? Is that time?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Goes fast, doesn't it?
It does, mate. It does. So, yeah, I've done well, mate. Got all my chrome stripped as well.
Mm-hmm.
Few little accessories so they can cure on the bench overnight.
Yeah. It's a pain that I have to keep getting up every hour and making my wall for brew, but hey.
Yeah, but
not a pain, but it's, you know, it's like,
as I've said, you just go off and do it. Just say back Namo, bang. That's all you got to do.
That's
you know, but normally about half a dozen times, it's like, yeah, I heard you the first time. Yeah,
I like to make sure.
Exactly.
So you don't panic and think my microphone's gone off.
Yeah, but I still do that anyway when you do that.
Quiet.
It's like, yeah.
Instant response to me going quiet is what's broken at my end.
Yeah, I immediately look up and think, well, he hasn't dropped out. Well, yes, because despite me running around like headless chicken, we finally found out why, didn't we? So,
well, we think we found out why.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
We don't know because we haven't actually tried doing a Streamlabs thing on a Wednesday yet since then. So we probably has.
Well, you've gone on thing now because I'll do it for Wednesday.
Yeah,
I'll do a Streamlabs this Wednesday. I think it's the resolution myself.
I think it was. Yeah.
You know, I think that is what's the problem's been. So
quite possibly
because it hasn't happened since. So
no, it's either that or like we originally said, something that they do on that day on their servers.
Yeah, you know, I'll do the usual because I'm lucky I can have that and the yard. Pardon me, running at the same time.
It all fell out then.
Yeah, so I can run both. So
yeah, it switched to the other one if it doesn't work.
If need be, I can just do what I did before and have it set in the background as a reserve break glass in case of emergency thing.
Now, you know what you haven't done tonight?
Underneath the arches. Was that what you meant?
No, not at all. You know what you haven't done?
I like peas.
They've done that already. You know what you haven't done tonight?
Belly and bench.
Parpage.
Yeah, but I don't do parpage. It's your earring. It's your imagination.
Parpage on aisle 3, please. Parpage on aisle 3.
It's your imagination.
You drop parps every now and then.
Yeah, it has been known to happen, mate.
Yeah, you deny them. But I hit everything.
I know you do. Yes, ears and S-House rat, isn't it? It's like, yeah.
And all-seeing ears.
Honestly, he does. He sees and hears everything. There's our Fox.
That's why I can't get to sleep if there's like a midge in the house anywhere.
Absolutely. And if Wendy Ixon with an H is watching, sneak preview. Yes, the bike build is coming along very nicely.
Ooh. He's gone bald, but doing it, but he's done it.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's so in case you're wondering, folks, hopefully I'll get a couple of edits done and a couple of episodes of that up this week. So yeah.
Rabbit is making farpage noises and Bobbins is also making farpage noises.
Oh, there you go. You can have that one.
How would you pronounce that, Cole?
Pop. Yeah, Retro goes. Yeah, Retros is an Harry Potter Hufflepuff, and it's like, yeah. Or a
Imagine if you
lady
could control
puff.
the pitch.
Yeah.
Imagine if you could control the pitch and you could be like that bloke from the Lurpak adverts.
Oh, mate, yeah, yeah. Or Mr. Methane, do you remember him? Google him, folks. Yeah. He was like a petamine.
Oh, the petamine, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but yeah. Lynn says I can smell that here in Texas. Yeah, is it Texan ribeye, porterhouse steak, well done, with all the barbecue sauce.
Ooh.
All right, folks. Well, it's that time. I suppose we should love and leave everyone and let them all get off, because it is a school night. It is work night for you all. So massive, massive thanks for jumping in and keeping us two company. It was very impromptu. Now, next week's bank holiday on eModels.
Bank holiday.
So what do you want to do, mate? Do one on your channel next week, mate?
Yeah. Then do one on yours the week after that. After that.
All right, folks. So when eModels Monday isn't on, ring the bell on mine or Fox's channel, because when there's not an eModels stream, we will do a Monday frolic or whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
All right, folks. So bung that in your diaries as a reminder. Like I say, keep an eye out, ring the bell. But next Monday, 9 p.m.
Yeah,
9, half 9, whatever.
Yeah, thereabouts.
Yeah, so it'll be on Fox's channel next week, folks.
Yeah.
And make a note and keep an eye out, and we'll put the links up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and that means we could share the love and both get a bit of viewage out of it.
Yes.
So there you go, mate. So I've got to bung the end credits on. Massive, massive thanks, folks. Stay safe.
Take care,
We'll
everyone.
see you on Wednesday midday for an eModels at the bench.
Yes.
Bye-bye for now, folks.
Take care, everyone. Bye.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my